Okay, I want to thank those who are here. The time being 6:15, so so we got the special board meeting was called for a 6:15 time slot. At the moment, I do not believe the mayor is present. So the mayor is the rightful chair for the meeting, so that she would generally be the one to begin the meeting. Stepping in as mayor pro tem, I will get the meeting started. Upon the mayor's arrival, she will resume that role, so that way we stay within compliance. Having said that, we will open up this meeting. I'll ask Clerk Key for a roll call, please.
Can you guys hear me?
No.
Okay, great. The mic's not on? Is my mic on?
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Continue. Please
Okay.
continue.
Okay, let me go on. Okay. Trustee Belcher.
All right,
Trustee
all right,
Stan-
quiet, please,
Can you guys
quiet,
be quiet
please.
so we can take the roll? Thank you. Trustee Stan Brown. You're not here? Okay. Trustee Tammy Brown. Trustee House.
Present.
Trustee Holmes. Doesn't appear to be here. Trustee Norwood.
Present.
We
Okay.
have a quorum.
Thank you very much. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll ask all to stand and face the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, if we can remain standing, I don't see my former trustee, so I'll ask Trustee Tammy Brown if you lead us in prayer, please.
Father God, thank you for allowing us to be here tonight for this special board meeting. We ask that everything goes in divine order and that this meeting tonight be very successful. Amen.
Amen. Okay, first order of business. We are is citizens address or citizens comments. There's a 3 minutes for citizens comments. When we hit the 3-minute mark, we will wave at you just so that way you're aware of the time. But we'll ask anybody with comments or questions, please go to the podium and address this body. You got to sign this? Oh, we had three. We had 3 people that signed in. So we'll start with Mary Avance. Mic is working. Mic is off. Okay. No.
You cannot control this meeting. We have a mayor pro tem. No.
Okay. We can't. Yeah, order, please. We gotta go. Public comment. Mary, you're up first.
Yeah.
No.
Don't worry about it.
Good evening.
People citizens of Dolton deserve better. We deserve a mayor that truly cares about our village and not a mayor that sees our village as a personal playground and a personal bank. We deserve all of our elected officials to work for the betterment of our village. Without a personal agenda. And finally, in his absence, I'm going to say this for the regular meeting, and I'm going to repeat it if necessary. Andrew Holmes, you're going to answer me. And you're going to answer the Dolton citizens. You work for me. My taxes pay your taxes. And you owe me and the other citizens of Dolton a statement, not a confession of guilt or innocence, but in light of all the drama and the darkness that brought to us, you need to address us. It's just that simple. I ask you before, order to be absent temporarily. So you will not, and I repeat, you will not say in my face, and anybody that agrees with me, please stay. We will say in your face, because we will be at this mic at every meeting demanding a state. Thank you.
Thank you. We had.
Good evening.
Fire chief here,
No,
fire chief here.
no, ma'am.
Because we have people that's outside looking at this seats in this room. And I would like to know, so the other residents, what's the occupancy requirement for this? I'm asking you. So I'm asking the fire chief, can you please tell me what's the occupancy for this building for the residents to come in that's outside right now? They can't come in, and I'm standing up here looking at empty seats. Pete, you're not gonna answer.
Pete's not here.
Now, who is that?
He did. Just
No.
He'll be here soon.
Standing
You got
outside. And when acting chief of police or whatever he is today, because we have empty seats and people call like we did in the meeting, and they are taking it.
Thank you.
Actually, try to finish. But everybody to go outside and go back to the room and practice what we're about to start. That in addition to the facts, that we had standing room in this very village hall for years. So this 43 seat restriction is still legal in violation of open meetings act for starters. Termination. Everyone in here should be the attorney general and we should sign the letter and let them know. They have opened at least 3 files on the garbage that I know. I'll make sure that check in for 15 days. And at some point, they're going to have to pay. I don't know who they think they are. But they look at us like we're children. You take that stuff home to our house. Your children. If we're not playing that you all. You turn off the light. Penny. Oh, you know that. Turn off the light. So you can't be violating our freedom of speech. Then you have to get people out here right now that came to their village hall, but they pay exactly for it. We pay your salary. We pay for this building. And you have to call and tell us we can't come in here. Why don't you go take that shit back to your family?
Yeah.
I'm going to what we're doing for you.
First of all, you don't know me, okay? Why don't you ask someone?
Hey, order, please. Order, please.
order.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask the people who are
You're out of order.
and go out
Out of order.
Don't pay them.
Out of order.
No, because there's a capacity.
Yeah, ignore him, please. Please, please.
Where's the resident? Let the residents who.
Excuse us, sir.
Hello.
How everybody doing?
Hi.
Now you all dead. I've had employees like Mr. Moore, like he's carrying on right now. He's carrying on and even not walking through this administration there. I no longer appreciate how the police has been allowed to intrude on my freedom of roam, my freedom of move. I came in, I put it in the plan. I very much so hope that it's one of the holding for she walked up on me on the weekend. She decided that she's gonna take her utility belt off her phone to proceed to fight me for my personal right. In this community, she needs to be fired. I filed a police report. I have a police report. It was reported. This is unacceptable now. Because the member of the preaching of public trust is negative. And then you on people's tax dollars, you understand here, people taxing people with evil in, and you're the one something to preach up. But nobody said anything, right? Don't nobody say anything. I don't like it. My family don't like it. And let me tell you something to you all. I ain't gonna make it up. Oh my God, you do anything to my you're not gonna get anyone else. And if you all have any God-forsaken sin, any your conscience are hard, and there's nothing you can tell me to say about your conscience. You don't have one. I got trustees walking up on me, and I hold my concern. That's not for none of you all. You all don't understand it today. None of that comes from none of you all. I'm not angry, but since you all want to play it all this, I was born with this big mouth. You know what I got came from the place? None of what you all did. All you all wrong. And y'all, I'm sorry for saying this. How dare y'all use somebody that I did care about to call me for that April 8th crap? And I did on purpose what I did put that video out. How dare y'all do that unsafe? None of you all stood up and said one word. Okay, that's somebody came to the police department, but to stand up and you do nothing but these people, and then you want to stand out there and someone with a food program. So everyone where they didn't go hold up enough food. Y'all got to tell me everything y'all got. You trustee, I got y'all fund but y'all money. Because y'all still getting paid, right? Y'all still getting paid. As long as y'all keep taking money, you know better than what you're saying out of your mouth. It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. You all allow people to encounter things that they never should have had to encounter. Then when they stood up for themselves, what did you all do? And all these videos of y'all out here talking with the police, y'all better learn y'all law. Y'all better learn y'all law. But y'all didn't know the law. And they come out getting from the camera. The fact that you want the camera to continue to want to don't take it off. And then you walk, shut it down, run here. Nope. You walk, shut it down, run here.
This is your 3 minutes.
I dare y'all. I dare y'all to do the appropriate thing to do. But y'all don't got to tell none of y'all stories now. So let me tell you, things you like. You have one for the guy here and
Thank you. If we can pause for
Okay.
one moment, the
Testing.
mayor is present. So mayor, we will be turning over the chair of the meeting back to the mayor's office. Okay.
Testing. Okay, guys. You know what the microphone on? You know what? Why do you say that? Why do you say that? On the thing that the people that
She different. Then she showed it.
Don't be pointing over here at me. You cut it off. I cut it back on. Don't you know that? Absolutely.
Sorry, ready? You want
Got it? You got it? No, no.
Oh, they're not coming out the house.
No.
what's gonna be on there? This is
Thank you, thank you. All right, good evening, residents. Thank you for coming out this evening. First and foremost, I want to apologize for people acting out of order this evening. When we come into a board meeting, I just want to set the rules for you. You have to be in order. You cannot yell loud. You cannot say bad things to people. Everybody's entitled to their opinion as it relates to who they like, who they support, what it is they want to talk to this body about. I need you guys to respect their time and give them their 3 minutes. Is there someone, where's Medina? I don't see Medina. I don't see Jackie. Do y'all have someone doing the time since y'all started the meeting? Y'all have somebody doing the time? Okay. And do you have a sign-in sheet? Is there a sign-in sheet? Just one person? Okay. So you only have one person. Is there anybody else that would like to address the body?
she's standing up there right there.
This is our special. This is special.
Okay, so this is the 6th. I don't have that agenda. I only have the 6:30 agenda. So if I can have a copy of that agenda, we can move forward.
Can you have Medina make a copy?
Yeah, she here?
I just saw her come out the door.
Yeah, Medina was in the
Make a
office.
copy of
Yeah,
this.
Medina, can I have a copy of
Oh,
the
maybe she
agenda,
already
please?
has one.
Thank you. Okay. In the back, to the police officer in the back, is the metal detectors on? Okay. So, residents, for your safety and for our safety, we're gonna have people go through the metal detectors. You can stay, hold on. You have to listen. You have to listen. You can say, y'all can say no all you want. It's not up to you as it relates to safety. It's about safety for everyone. So everyone will have a seat, but we are going to have everyone go through the metal detectors so that everyone is secure in the building. The last board meeting, we had an incident. You have to listen. I just told you guys, you have to listen. So you guys have to go through the metal detectors so that everyone is secure in the building. Everyone can stay here. Everyone has a seat, but we care about safety. Safety is our top priority, no matter who it is or what it is. So if you don't mind, we're going to pause while everybody goes through the metal detector and come back to your seat. And then we can start our meeting so that everyone's safe. Because if something jumps off in here, we don't know who has what. So I'm just trying to make it aware that everyone understands. So Lacey, Chief Lacey, if you can direct people, you can start at the first row. People can go in and come back in, and then have your seats. We're not telling you to exit the building. We're telling you we all about safety.
Ladies and gentlemen, one row at a time. We need you to go through the metal detectors and go right back to your seat. That's what we
Okay,
need
if
you
it's
to do.
no, you will have to exit the building. I care
Okay.
about safety in this
Ma'am?
building. Last incident we had, someone tried to attack someone in the building. So we're
Okay.
gonna go one by
Ma'am?
one, and you can stay in the building.
The
We have no
meeting-
problem with that.
The meeting will not start. This is something we have to do for security measures, regardless of whether you know. Okay, well, guess what, ma'am? You have to go through the detectors. Anybody that wants safety, this is what we're doing. Please step out, step out, and then let them back in. Well, we do. Commander Rowley. You step on the other side. Listen. Have them step on the other side. Take 5 at a time, and then have them come back in. Okay. Okay. That's Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, regardless, this meeting will not continue until everybody goes through the metal detector. Okay? So this, I know. Ma'am? Okay. Kiana Belcher didn't open the door yet. The point is safety. That's what the point. We gotta do it. Let me worry about it. Okay? No, that don't mean no. That means let me know about it. Ma'am. Well, you can talk to me after. All right. Have them go. Have them go.
The things ain't even working properly. No seats for them.
Let them.
Just go right through here. Oh, that's me right there. No, but you can take my seat.
So we'll just give it to them. And I'll tell them. Yeah. use the sheriff.
Let me go this way.
Please.
Kiana's because I couldn't open it up. You're talking about 6:15 or the 6:30?
All right, please roll, please.
Hey, I didn't even know you were without your glasses.
Thank you all for walking through the metal detectors. I appreciate it. It's all about safety. Remember that, because you don't want no one harm, yourself harm, and you want to always protect people. Is there anybody else for a public comment? All right. You have 3 minutes. Hey, you got a stopwatch or something? You got your timer? A timer, lady? 3 minutes. 3.
Okay, is it on now? Okay, sorry. Okay. It's always time in your. Yep, Chief Lacy, why weren't you here? I mean, that's ridiculous. There. Okay, well, you never know with more over there. I mean, that was petty. Just prove how petty you were. They had a legal right to meeting, and you shut off the mic. What did you think that was going to accomplish? The meeting still went forward. So not sure why you did that. You're just so petty and unprofessional. How are you okay with that? How are you okay with yourself? Okay, I'll just repeat what she said. She said, on our tax dollars. I mean, why do you do that? Why do you think it's okay to do that? I memean, does your relationship camaraderie mean that much that you are okay with selling your soul? I mean, it's yeah, I just don't understand it. Stan Brown, I saw you on the way in. We had a brief talk. Just remember what we spoke about. I have faith in you for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I do. I do have faith in you. You know, one thing I told you, you're a cold stepper. You know, I like that about you. You smooth stepper, but do the right thing, Stan. Do the right thing. You have people around you that wants what's best for the people, not what's best for Tiffany. Get off of that side and just do the right thing. That's all I'm gonna say. I have faith in you. Okay. And I think that a lot of people want to give you a chance to do the right thing. Okay, we know it's in you. You're not cut from the same cloth as a William Moore. Okay, you have it in you. You have it in you. You know, Chief Lacy, like I said, you know, it's crazy the energy you bring. It's just so negative. These meetings without you were just, I'm not going to say they were great, but it was just good not having you here. I mean, it was good not having that energy, your negative energy. And what's so ironic, you know, it was raining when we came, and it was a rainbow in the sky. And I was like, you know, I looked at it. Someone else, I asked someone in line, had they seen it? They're like, yeah, they're like, maybe that's a good sign. I said, that's how I'm taking it. How could you not take a rainbow as a good sign?
Ma'am, your time is up.
Is it really?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Is there anyone else?
I'll be speaking part 2.
All right.
My family then lived in this village for well over 30 years. I watched back in 1991, after they moved here in 88, my grandfather passed away in that home in Dolton. And just recently in October, I had to bury my grandmother. And the fact that I'm watching every day while I'm hauling hazardous materials, things that people need, and watching as this village being ran into the ground by this woman is pissing me off. I'm watching as this township is being ran into the ground by this woman. I'm watching as my alma mater, South Suburban College, a college that gave me a chance to go to college and be able to get my degree, being scammed by this woman. All these things I take very personally. very personally indeed. I love this town. I love this township. I love my school. And I will be damned if I allow anyone, particularly you, ma'am, scam, destroy, run into the ground. And while you're sitting there with your thousands upon thousands of dollars, the people of this village, the people of this township, the students at South Suburban College suffer. Absolutely not. Sit here and watch as one of your trustees sexually assault a woman and still sits on the board. He might not be here today because he's tired of hearing about it, but we're not going to be tired of saying it. Andrew Holmes assaulted a woman. He belongs in jail along with you, Miss Hannard, and your wigs. Because we don't know where the damn money's going. It's going to her wigs.
Officer.
The fact that these police officers murdered Alexis Wilson and continue to walk the streets and police these streets is an abomination. Her name is Alexis Wilson. She was murdered by the Dolton Police Department. This is crap.
Okay.
Leave this township.
His time is up.
Oh, no, no,
His time
no,
is up.
3 minutes. I'm still counting.
Okay.
All right,
Sir, your time is up, sir.
Oh,
Okay, next person.
A woman that
All right.
health crisis.
Sir,
Just allow her.
sir, you're gonna be escorted out the building, sir.
No, I'll leave.
Okay.
I'll be right outside with
All right.
the rest of the people while you fight
Okay.
the owner.
Officer, escort him out.
Her name.
All right, is there anyone else? Anyone else want to address the body?
Hello, everyone. So I wasn't gonna get up and comment just yet, but I just wanted to say that on the back of what he said, this is really ridiculous. As a disabled resident in this community, the fact that you would even make us get up out of our chairs after we've already sat down and got comfortable to even go back through a metal detector because you wasn't here on time to say that, oh, they shouldn't have been let in. No, you should have been here to let us in. If you wasn't here to let us in and we were let in, that's on you. You should have somebody as a backup because you're the chief, right? So why is it that all of the residents have to go back out and come back in and be humiliated for her? For her. Because she's scared. What about us? What about our fears? What about our tax dollars? What about the rape that Andrew Holmes did or the sexual assault? Everybody is hurting behind me. Don't turn my light, don't turn it back on. Turn it back on. Anyway, like
Ma'am, if you're gonna talk, you're running
I'm
out. Okay,
turning my mic off.
ma'am.
Your mic is working like this so I can finish my time. Mute me. I got a minute and 50 seconds. So mute me. Mic. Because I'm gonna say what I gotta say. And the residents gonna hear what I gotta say. So whether or not you want to try and keep muting people and keep shutting people up, it's not working. And you can keep doing that. Oh, the mayor here unasked that seat because you definitely go unasked that seat. Your administration is definitely running.
Ma'am.
No, you can't. I still got time, so you can't say anything. My mic. Why are you playing with my mics? So anybody else get up here and say what she want to hear, you they might's not gonna go off. They might's not gonna go muted. But when I get up here and say something, my mics go off, my mics go muted because you don't want to hear the truth. That's all it is. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. And the truth is that y'all need to unask all them seats and step down today. I wish the FBI is around the corner so they can come and raid this place because all of y'all deserve to go to jail. All of y'all.
Okay, her time is done. Her time is done.
All right, anyone else?
Good evening, residents, trustees. Now, one of those non-red.
clear, because you think you're clickbait. I'm not here for Tiffany Henyard. Here for the village of Dolton. I am here for Fania Tubes. On record that I'm here to ask Andrew Holmes, did he sexually assault that woman? Did he drug her?
Ma'am,
I don't need
you're
to.
revoking your time. If you want to talk, go ahead and talk, but if you're revoking your time.
Mr. Lacy. Mr. Lacy, I would finish my time, sir, if you would stop interrupting me.
Okay, just keep talking.
I'm going to keep talking. All I have to say is this village deserves so much more than what it's getting. From an outsider looking in, y'all are being hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray. And that's all I got to say, and there's nothing you can do about it.
All right,
All right, who's next?
all right.
Hello, everybody. I hope that all is well with everyone this evening, and if not, I hope it will be after this meeting. My name is Denasha Harrison. I've lived in Dolton for a little over a year. I've served my country for over 20 years in the United States Marine Corps, and I would like to thank everyone here for their service and the families that are attached to those who served. I've had my experiences dealing with affairs of other countries for the good of their people all over the world, making sure that their way of life was protected because of our values here in the United States of America. And I'd like to think that it's not only for the best interest of those countries, but for the interest of ours as well. Although I'm originally from the west side of Chicago, Austin area, right? I decided to put down roots here in Dolton because this town lends to a certain peace that the west side could not provide for me. I believe that the residences of Dolton deserve better representation from its legislators, and that the people of Dolton and their leaders deserve to serve and be served in an environment that fosters better cooperation through legislation, communication, and transparency. I've seen what everyone else has seen through social media, and I've heard the voices around the village speaking of how they are frustrated with our legislative processes from both sides. I won't pretend to understand all the issues and battles that exist between the mayor and trustees beyond the clickbait or the motivation of the media outlets beyond the facts, but I do know that in the middle of it all, the constituents, the people of Dolton are in the middle of the dysfunction that is being displayed by the very ones who should be leading our village towards better resources, programs, activities, and fiscal transparency that can all be the benchmark that we build as a consensus around the things to propel this village forward. We should all be working on how to get to yes together by taking a this and that instead of a this or that approach. One thing that everyone has in common in this space is passion for the city of Dolton. Passion to do right by it or passion to tear it down, but passion nonetheless. So I want to encourage the trustees and the city administration to do whatever it takes to channel that passion towards getting to yes and encourage people to strike the right chord to come up with much needed solutions to our village and to support anyone in the legislative body that's willing to do good for the people. And so I will support anyone who is willing to support the people. I would like to take these final seconds to announce my candidacy for trustee here in the village of Dolton. And I'm looking forward to meeting with any legislator that is willing to work with me as I embark on this endeavor.
Right, sir, your time is up.
All right, is that it? All right, that ends public comment. Next on the agenda is, we have general announcements, so I'm gonna move it forward to do the swearing in. so that we can allow the families to go and celebrate their loved one. If you would, we'll start with the fire department.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Dalton Fire Department Administration is seeking the advice and consent of the mayor and the Village Board of Trustees to approve the promotional vacancy of one fire lieutenant at the August 5th, 2024 Executive Board meeting. The Dalton Fire Department currently has 2 vacancies at fire lieutenant. As of this date, Engineer Ian Cosgrove is the only member available to fill a vacancy as the aforementioned qualified member. Engineer Ian Cosgrove has been filling the vacancy as a temporary lieutenant since March 23rd, 2024. So Mayor and the board, I am seeking a motion to officially, formally promote Ian Cosgrove to fire lieutenant.
All right. Y'all make some noise for the fire department. All right, everybody know how this goes. So he's gonna raise his right hand, he's gonna repeat after me. We're gonna swear him in this evening. So congratulations again. I know that's a tough job, so we appreciate your service. So, I'm gonna say, you say I. I,
Ian Cosgrove,
having been appointed to the office of fire lieutenant
having been appointed to the office of Fire Lieutenant
in the village of Dolton,
in the Village of Dalton, in the County of Cook, do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Fire Lieutenant for the Village of Dalton to the best of my ability. Thank you. Mayor. Thank you.
all right? Are there any more general announcements?
Mayor, may I be recognized?
Yeah, go ahead.
On the agenda also was promotion for the police lieutenant, and the Police and Fire Commission meeting was on Friday, but if we don't swear him in, he's over the time that he has been
Yeah,
acting as that.
well,
So,
they spoke and they a different day. So I just confirmed with.
okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, yeah, I
Madam Mayor,
just.
may I speak?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Trustee, he'll be on the next meeting, not this one.
All right, next on the agenda is village clerk's report.
Good evening, everyone. My minutes will be on the board's special board meeting at another date, but tonight I would like to just talk about how our ordinance state that the department heads should submit a written copy of the report that they will present at the next board meeting. I should get a hard copy of that. I shouldn't translate their reports, and I'm just asking that we go back to how our ordinances are written and that each department head submit a copy of their report that they're going to report out on to my office so that it can be included with the minutes. And that's basically it for me. Thank you very much.
All right, just to add clarity to what she just stated about them having a report, if they have anything to give her office, they sure can do that. But as it relates to them saying things up here, because sometimes people will just talk about whatever else came to mind for their department. So her job as a clerk is to still add it in the minutes so that when people do for you the minutes, you have accurate minutes of what someone stated. Prime example, once the mayor department talks about something here in a meeting, my minutes, my statements are never in the minutes. I've said this several times, and it's always said, refer to the mayor's department. And I gave a whole report, but nothing gets typed. So I just want to point that out, and that's for the record. And I've also asked the clerk for all of the records from our village, which I still don't have to this day. I don't have any ordinances or anything. I've requested to view all records, which that's within my power to do. And I'm not able to get any records from the clerk as of today. So I don't have any record as it relates to an ordinance, a resolution, or anything so that I can review them and look at them and see what's needed moving forward. So that's for the record.
On to your comment.
It's not a back
So
and
for
forth.
the, well, it won't be a back and
Hold on,
forth, but
it's
I
not
just
clerk,
need
hold
to,
on, you don't have
for
the floor.
clarification.
You just said you want to follow rules. I didn't give you the floor. So my statement was my statement. I allow you to make your statement and we're
So,
gonna move on.
You're not the only body here. I
Okay,
think you
clerk,
should
but you
respect
said
us
you-
and allow each
it's
of
not a
us
back and
to
forth.
speak.
It's not a back and forth. We're moving
If
on.
we have one
Next on the
department,
agenda-
thank you,
next
Stacey
on the
Carrell,
agenda
who
is
faithfully
engineer's
submit a report because he
Ron-
understands what the
Ron
law
Smith,
is.
you have the floor.
He understands what the law is.
Ron, you
And
have
I
the
am
floor.
the keeper of the records in case you guys don't know.
You have the
So the
floor.
records stay with me.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'm done. Thank you.
And that was for Ron, but okay.
Good evening, Mayor, Madam Clerk, trustees, department heads, and residents for the village of Dolton. This evening, I will give an update on the infrastructure projects that we are embarking on in the village. We will be doing a pavement rehabilitation project on 154th Street from Dorchester to MLK. That project will commence at the end of August. The second project, there's two projects in a phase one study. This will be done by the Illinois Department of Transportation. That's 142nd Street from Lincoln until the Bishop Ford Highway. The other project is Cottage Grove from Sibley Boulevard to 154th Street. Both of those projects, again, are in a phase one study phase with the Illinois Department of Transportation. Those projects will be bid out and funded by the Illinois Department of Transportation. We are currently working on a water service inventory project. We'll be going throughout the village, contacting residents, and we need to analyze the material of their existing service lines to see what type of material the service line is, whether it's lead, galvanized steel, or if it's already copper. The final project is a project with MWRD. They will be addressing flooding issues throughout the village of Dolton. The first project is a sewer rehabilitation project that is from 146th Street to Sibley Boulevard from Atlantic going to Edbrook. The project is scheduled to be bidded out within the next 30 to 60 days. Then will be bidded out by MWRD. It will be constructed by MWRD and also paid for 100% by MWRD. That concludes my report for this evening, and I will entertain any questions that the mayor or board may have.
Anybody have any questions? All right, thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you.
Next is corporate bills. First is electric warrant list. Is there a motion to approve the bills list? There-
Would you like me to read them in the record, Mayor?
Yeah, it don't matter. It could be you, whoever want to read it. If Stan don't want to read it, you can read it.
Okay.
I'll read it.
Yeah, so because we have received a few different ones, so I'll read the ones after conferring with some of the board that I believe everybody is comfortable with. The June 30th, 2024 corporate payments list. We have corporate payments on the electronic warrant list, $357,675.40. Water fund register payments, $349,365.11. Sewer fund payments, $1,395.02. Total payments on this list, $708,435.53. I motion that we approve the bills on this list.
Is there a second?
Second.
The motion second, any discussion? Colorado.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes is absent and Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda is there a motion to approve the AP warrant list? Is there a motion?
If I may, if I can read this one into record as well. Corporate payments, August 5th, 2024 warrant list. Corporate payments of $1,237,156.44. Gross payroll for July 12th, $430,104.70. Gross payroll 7/26, $467,175.57. Melanie Fitness Center register payments $1,244.32. Total corporate payments $2,135,681.03. My motion is to approve the bills as stated.
All right. Any discussion?
Well, I had discussion. I don't know if we had a second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and a second?
I have one point of discussion, if I may.
Go ahead.
These lists, I want to give an acknowledgement to Trustee Stan Brown, who reached out to the administration and asked that items that had previously been taken off of old lists not be included or be put on separate lists. So the board actually had 5 different lists of bills. There were 2 lists that the board, to my knowledge, is comfortable with, and 3 lists that will remain for further discussion. So I want to give an acknowledgement and just a little bit of clarity, because I know during this time, I generally have a list that we can hopefully make this a smoother meeting. So thank you, Trustee Stan.
Okay, and with that being said, is this the list that has Otison's bills in it?
You saying the list just read?
Yeah. Because you guys switch lists and which one you want to approve or don't approve. Otison.
The Odison is not on this list, no.
He's not on this AP warrant list.
I'm looking right now just to make sure. I do not see him on this list, but of course, I would like him to be paid.
Which list, or who sent that list to you guys?
He is on this list.
Is he on this one?
Yes.
Yep. Yes, he is on. Yes, he is on
As
this
well
list.
as Delgado.
Yeah,
Delgado is
108,000.
The village attorney, I tell y'all that all the time.
Oh,
And Otison is legislative counsel.
yep. Odison and Delgado are both on this list.
Okay, so you guys know that I'm totally against paying you guys attorney. You guys have bills on the list as it relates to political issues, and you guys know you can't use government funds for political bills. I've stated this, and you guys constantly put it up here for a vote. Again, that is illegal. I keep saying this and I'm putting it out there for the record. And I will advise you guys not to move forward with it. So that's it for me. All right.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. Next on the, y'all yes, and they don't know what you yes for. Remember, they say we ain't got no money, but they found money for a lawyer. Remember that. Next on the agenda is new business. Is there a motion to approve an ordinance ending the village credit card policy? Is there a motion?
Mayor, if I may, items A, B, and C, for the sake of time, I would like to bundle those in discussion. I'll expand a little bit more on each one, but if that, I would like to do a consent for passage of items A, B, and C.
So you want a motion to bundle?
Yes, Mayor.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion second to bundles A, B, and C. And just for the record, for those that don't know what it is, motion to approve an ordinance amending the village credit card policy. B, a motion to approve an ordinance declaring a village credit card spending freeze. And C, a motion to approve a settlement of Williams versus Dolton, an amount of $30,000. Call the roll.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed to
All right.
bundle
Now,
items A, B,
is there a
and C.
motion to approve items A, B, and C?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Been motion second, any discussion?
Yes, if I
All
may.
right, go ahead.
A and B, we talked about just for a little bit more clarity on the credit card spending changes as well as freeze. Essentially, it would only allow for the Director of Administrative Services to use the credit card only on items that the board approves, and it puts a cap on any transaction of $5,000. There was consideration on completely cutting it off, but there are some bills that must be paid. Well, it's most convenient to be paid with a credit card. It causes great tears. So we did not want to put the staff into a much more difficult place. So we wanted to put in some safeguards that can be reasonable for day-to-day activities while still acknowledging some of the challenges we feel are with the credit card spend. Thank you.
All right, call the roll.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed to
All
approve
right,
A,
next
B,
on
and
the
C.
agenda
I'm
is
still
discussion and
talking.
consider,
I'm still talking, Mayor.
you said motion pass.
I was still talking
Okay, go
when you
ahead.
started talking. And I'm just saying motion was approved to approve items A, B, and C. Thank you.
All right. Next, discussion and consideration to approve the sale of the village property located at 14900 Greenwood, Melanie Fitness Center. All right, it's discussion. Any discussion?
I make a motion.
A motion to,
Okay, so we're discussing it.
it's a
You're
discussion.
saying- Okay, so I am the one that placed this on the agenda. And the reason that I placed this on the agenda after having a meeting with Casperic's office, Lauren, who is one of the account holders of ours. Everyone know that we are strapped for cash. And the Village of Dolton has the Melanie Fitness Center that is not being occupied. We see it used for events and parties and everything else. There was a Dolton Police sign placed on it, but we do not have the funds to make it a Dolton Police Department. So I am asking that we move forward to try to see if we can put this property on the market.
All right, any discussion?
Yeah.
Okay, you go ahead.
I was just going to state that in the very beginning, maybe our first year here, I remember myself and Trustee Brown put on the agenda to sell it. And when we, Tammy Brown, for clarification, right? We asked that we move forward with an appraisal. So our goal for the last 3 years, as a community, we want to be able to put properties back on the tax roll and actually benefit, because the more people that pay taxes in our community, the better.
So we've been asking, and the time has come so that we can try to occur some of these expenses that they have been putting on the village. So that's the goal, to try to offset the spending. Thank you.
All right, anyone else?
Yes, I'd like to speak on that. At this time, I really hate to give up Melanie because that's a nice area, nice facility for us to hold on to. And I'd like for us to have a little more discussion on what else could we possibly do with that. Is there some type of way we can save it instead of us going into the real estate business and selling that? That's a nice piece of property. So if we can have some further discussion on that down the line.
So maybe we should propose that we have a CAL meeting, and then that way we can discuss it with the residents like we would normally supposed to do, so that we can involve the residents and have this discussion, because ultimately it is a discussion that we're all supposed to make. But as trustees, our goal is to look at finances and see how we can financially benefit. So at this moment, it's just costing us and costing us and costing us. Even that sign on it, that was about $50,000. We can't continue to spend money when we're here today trying to make a transfer just so we can pay the bills. It's unfair, it's a lack of prioritizing, and it makes no sense. Right now, we are bleeding. This village is bleeding. If these residents knew the truth, they'd hit the roof. So with that being said, I'm up for the discussion, but I'm ultimately thinking that we should bring it in front of the residents and see how we can make it more cost affordable for the entire community.
Okay, as long as you're open for that discussion, so we can sit down and talk.
I like it, Trustee
Okay,
Brown.
I just want to add on to that. Not only, it's also a liability. If no one is aware it's not actually a police station, people would actually go there thinking that it is a police station. So if I'm in a frenzy and someone is chasing me and I go there for the police station, well, guess what? It's not a police station. So that's also a great liability. In the meantime, as it's sitting there, maybe the sign should be covered as well. So you don't give people that false narrative that it's a police station, and it's not a police station. Again, the bag is empty, y'all. We've been saying that forever. It's dried out. You got to bring some type of revenue into this village. The bag is empty. So we got to try to bring some type of funding. If it could be sold, if it could be salvaged, what could we bring there? And again, I agree with Trustee Norwood. Have a meeting, see what the residents want to do. Again, this is our community. It's not my community, it's our community. So we need to get residents involved as well as this board. Thank you.
Okay, so as relates to Melody Fitness, I still believe it should be a police station. Our goal is to turn it into that. The board see fit that they would like to sell the property. I still think the people should have a say-so on that. I know when we did put the sign up, a lot of residents was happy that the police station was closer on Sibley, and then that they can get to calls a lot faster. So my goal is still to do that. And what people not telling you is it is in a TIF district. That's where that police station sits at. And then also when they purchased the sign, Chief Lacy, what account did it come out of? Because when they tell you stuff, they don't tell you where money come from, what account, or how they was able to afford a sign and turn it into a police station. It's different accounts. It did not come out of the general fund or nothing like that. But they have to educate you before they just send you off and tell you something to make it sound as though it's bad. And then before you start, Chief Lacy, another thing, we could have been using that area for the longest. I've tried several times to put it on the agenda to allow them to fix the pool so that now the community could utilize it, because it's been sitting there and we pay for it just to sit there. And we could have been giving swimming lessons to all the people in the community. But these are the things that I fight for, that I would like to see within Dolton, not just get up here and say, hey, today I just want to sell Melodies. Why? It's been sitting there for 3.5 years. So why now you just want to sell Melodies? Every time we come up with a plan, it's always somebody, excuse me, guys, if you could, for 1 minute. You got to hear both sides. So please, for 1 second. So,
All right, calm down.
So
Thank
what
you.
I'm saying
Thank
to
you.
you guys is that we would like to see a police station there. We have 2 fire departments, 2 stations. So now we would like to do the same as relates to one is right here at Park and the other was off of Sibley. That's what we would like to do with the property. The board has to learn how to come and speak to that as relates to what we can do it together, because that was the plan all along. Now, if you could tell them how we paid for the sign.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The fine was paid for out of asset forfeiture. We have a state and a
Yes.
federal. It was recently brought to one of my commander's attention that said that our asset forfeiture was dried up. Our asset forfeiture is not dried up. We still utilize our asset forfeiture, and money is still being put into asset forfeiture. That being said, that's what that money was used for that. I also learned that there is in the TIF district to where, guess what, it can be paid for. It's strategically, that would be a perfect location for it because our police station we have right now, we're pouring a lot of money into it. We need a new location. We already did the blueprints from a licensed firm to where they went in, mapped everything out. It can be shown to you if you FOIA it or if the trustees want to see it. But to let that building go other than what it should be used for, then I think it'll be a big mistake. I think the residents of Dolton deserve the south side, along with the west side and east side of Dolton, deserves that location as far as police officers. We would have had it up by now, but again, this is what we're going through as far as trying to get it done. That information that was given said that it wasn't able to become a police station. Yes, you have companies that do come out and transform buildings into police stations that have been used for something else.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And then as it relates to the signage, what we did in the past is we put blockage up so people couldn't enter the lot, so people weren't confused about is the police station open, is it closed? And then also the light, we did cut it off. Someone did turn it back on. So those are things that we did do when people was thinking that it was an actual police station, just to clear up some of the noise. People just throw things out and no one tells you 1 second. And no one tells you what's going on in the community. So I like to try to give you facts versus fiction, because half the time people just give you fake stories and never give you truth to it, so that now you have something to go with it. So that's what we're here to do today. All right.
Mayor.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, since I put it on the agenda, and I would love for the deputy chief, with all these analysis that y'all did, if it's been 3 years, why is it not a police station? How much will it cost to turn it over to a police station? Then you stated that you wanted it to be a community center for a pool. You sat here several times and said it'll be free pool for the community. It's not making no money. Y'all done spent all the money and we have to sell it, whether it's in a TIF district or not, just so it can go back on the tax roll is what we need. Right now, as Trustee Norwood said, and speaking to the accounting department, we are in a financial disaster. Right now, on the agenda that she has, we are transferring money from the TIF money just to make out for bills that need to be paid. So when we go back, what's facts, what's fiction, I ain't never known a person that always got all the facts and everybody else is wrong. But at the end of the day, we have to be realistic. Realistic is there's no more money. Anything we can sell, we need to sell it. If you want to get outside, we'll sell you too. But right now,
Trustee, that was
right now, you don't tell me what's out of order and what's not in order. We're not doing that today.
You are out of order.
So right now, anything that we have asset on and that we can touch that's owned by the village needs to be sold.
All right. So with that, go ahead.
Trustee, I'm just gonna say this. You came over to the police department to find out facts. Well,
go ahead.
If I may, without going back and forth. I apologize if you think I am. However, you came to find out facts. Right after that, you put something out saying, and it was told to my commander that our asset forfeiture was dried up. Now, if you made the statement, then
I did, because I asked you how much was in there, and I talked to the account.
Hold on, let them finish.
Yeah. Also, you probably talked to the account trustee, but the accountant didn't give you what was in that account. And the reason why is because that's money that nobody can touch, just the police department for police incidents. What I'm saying is, trustee, I get it, I understand it about everything that's going on, but right now, strategically, like I said, that would be a perfect location. If you guys are going to talk about it, great. Talk about it instead of shutting it down right now. But we need another police station in another location in Dolton so that way the citizens can be serviced. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you for your comment.
Okay, so yes, it could be a community center and a police department. So our plan for that building was to allow residents to utilize the pool for free and then have a police station on the other side. The plans that they drew up as it relates to the company that came out and showed us what it can possibly be was it divided a line between police station and the pool. That way, community can still have it as a community center to allow kids to learn how to swim. That was the whole plan for it. Still is the plan for the building, regardless of people saying something needs to be sold. We have to learn how to come together and figure a way how to keep things like that in our community. I know that Mayor Shaw, built that for his daughter. So when he built that building, it was in a community forever. So when we try to get away different things, we should kind of take a step back and say, hey, we probably can make haste with this and make sure that it works for our kids, because our kids is everything. But yet we have to give them the opportunity to be able to learn how to swim, be able to learn how to do different things that they go to another community to do. Because just like other people, all our kids go in another community, give them our tax dollars, and then basically they are winning and we're not. But yet we sell everything to somebody else. Then we get upset with what somebody brings to our community and build. We have to start investing in self as relates to our village first. Self. We have to do that, guys. And all I'm trying to do is just show you guys a different way instead of just saying, hey, I just want to get rid of it. It's another way to do everything. But we have to put our heads together and come up with the best way for the community. All right, I'm done with it. Next.
Excuse me, since we are still in discussion, could you all get us the numbers? I know you all keep saying what the people told you all regarding the build out. No one discussed that with us, right? So if you could give us the information in regards to the amount, the cost for the pool and the entire total, because I keep saying pieces and pieces, a deposit for 50,000 for the pool, then it's 34,000 on there. Can you come up with a total number for the pool and then an entire number for the amount of reconstruction to transform the fitness center into a police station? Because when I was a member there just a few years ago, I can't picture how we would knock all of those lockers down on that side and we do all that. So if you could just give us an amount, I think that would help with our discussion and making a decision.
We don't have a problem with giving you an amount, but this is why sometimes people have to follow the leader, because sometimes the leader is the visionary. It is what it is. It is what it is. The leader is the visionary. Sometimes people can't see down the tunnel. So sometimes this is why people follow people. So I'm just throwing that out there because everybody got an opinion. You just said I can't see.
Thank you, man.
How it will look. So all I can do is just try to tell you what the vision would possibly be. And then as it relates to the pool, we put the pool on there every single board meeting, guys. If you go back and watch the tapes, on every single board meeting, it tells you the amount of the pool. And you guys takes it out and never pay to fix the pool. The pool would have been up and running by now. It's been hot as ever outside. And the kids would have loved to just cool off and have something to do. And then also learn how to swim. I don't know why I keep telling y'all that. You know, the number one thing that we don't know how to do is swim. So what we have to do is teach our kids how to swim. And I mean that. So I just want people. Okay, guys, this is between us. Y'all have to calm down. You're here to listen to what we have to say. Oh, I know how to swim, know that. So that's why I keep pushing it, because my parents put me in swimming lessons. So I want our kids to have the same things that I had growing up in this community. Because for those that don't know, it was an in-ground swimming pool here in the village of Dolton. For those that don't know the history, learn the history and you'll understand why I keep fighting for certain things, which is a pool for the kids. But everybody don't got the same dreams as I have as relates to the vision for the village of Dolton. So moving on, because we got several other things to go on. Is that it? Did anybody want to make a motion, or it was just your discussion?
It was for discussion, but if we can make a motion to move this to the committee of the whole meeting and actually have a committee of the whole meeting so we can go into further discussion.
Okay. And did you want to bundle up the second one with that, or what?
Yes, I can bundle up.
Okay.
E.
All right. So she has a motion. Is that second?
D and E.
Second.
The motion is second. Colorado.
Yeah, do you need?
Yes. Are we bundling D and E before we
Yes.
take a motion?
D and E.
Okay. Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion approved to bundle items D and E.
All right, next on the agenda is discussion and approval of sale of unapproved purchases.
Okay. So once again, after speaking with the accounting person and going over the financial status of the village, in 2021, October of 2021, the board approved a fleet for cars through Enterprise. We learned of other vehicles, 3 Tahoes, and I believe a Ford Expedition through First Governmental Leasing. I am suggesting for discussion because right now, looking at the warrant list and the leases, we spend roughly, it started in 2022, December 2022, all of 2023, and we're in the middle of 2024. We've spent almost $250 some odd $1,000 on these vehicles. If we keep the lease for the 5 years, which is 60 months, we will be spending $718,000. That's with the cost of and interest. We cannot afford that. So I'm asking that we look into the legal ramification of returning the vehicles because most of them were signed without proper authority anyway. So my discussion is to place this for committee of the whole to move forward and looking to see how we can return those 3 Chevy Tahoes and 1 Expedition.
We can definitely discuss it because I don't have any information as it relates to what you're stating. Because you know, you throw a lot of things up here that don't be true.
It's simple
So,
counseling, baby.
hold
All you
on,
have to do
hold
is
on.
multiply.
That's your problem. You like to talk when others talking. Let me get it out. I was quiet while you said everything you wanted to say. Now let me get mine out. You say things up here that's not true all the time, trustee, and that's not fair to the department heads, the residents, or myself. So I would like to get clarity of it, and this is why I told Trustee House that you guys should put a synopsis together and you guys should tell us what it is that you're looking for. So when we come to a meeting, everyone's prepared, everyone has documentation, and everyone can answer the questions for you. But you guys come to a meeting, you just throw something up here, and then you just think people should know the answer, and they don't even have whatever you're talking about in front of them. We talked about this at the last board meeting. So I'm asking the same thing once again, because other than that, it's just gonna be a back and forth. We put on a show for all the cameras in the back and nothing gets accomplished. So I'm asking you guys that if it's something you're looking for, because I don't have this and I don't even know what you're talking about, to even respond to you to say, hey, this is the lease, this is what happened with the lease. I couldn't respond because I don't have that in my possession. So I'm fine with putting it on the next meeting to discuss it further once we get more clarity to what it is you're looking for.
Okay, thank you so much. I just would like to say for clarity, since you said that I give a lot of false information, it's simple math. I know how much $149,000 times 5, it's simple math. So that's fine. I'm fine. I just want to make sure that we do approve it to go to discussion because those are things that we need to move forward and return.
All right, and just for everybody, crystal clear, y'all know we have a ton of vehicles as it relates to police department, fire department. Y'all know that. So it amazes me how you come and y'all do clickbait and point out certain things and say, hey, I want to return this, I want to return that. And there's several different things that didn't happen in this village. But that's why I said you have to get clarity before y'all put something on the agenda so that we're not going back and forth just to kick the can down the road to say, hey, we're going to talk about this at another meeting. So what was the point of putting it on here? But we still got to talk about it later.
Right.
We still didn't discuss anything because there was nothing given. All I'm saying to you guys is I don't like to waste time. We come to a meeting and we waste time. Nothing get accomplished because it's just something on the agenda and you still didn't get your answer and we still just went back and forth for nothing. That is my point. Synopsis, please. Thank you. Moving forward. Okay. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion second. Colorado.
So that's gonna be a discussion.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. Next on the agenda is discussion of current fines.
So I add this on agenda and I guess we'll make a motion so that we can add this to, transfer this to the committee of the whole also. The discussion is the fines. So we have an ordinance number 23-009, where on August the 7th, 2023, you propose that we raise some of the fines in the village. And one of them was the grass fee. So I remember this clear as yesterday. You told us that there were a lot of abandoned properties in the village and that the banks weren't doing the maintenance on it. And then Trustee Stan Brown, he seconded that it was becoming a problem, so that we should do something like increase the fine so that we could make or so that the banks can have more of an incentive to make sure that the grass was cut. And I was totally for that in terms of the banks. But what we weren't told is that the $500 fee is for everyone. So I have landlords that's calling me stating that their tenants are being presented with $500 fines. So for a lack of grass cutting. And that wasn't what I personally agreed to. I thought that the plan was to ticket to go up in fees for the banks only. So now that we have tenants or landlords calling, I'd like to take this to the committee of the whole so that we can have discussion, so that we can make some changes and discuss it with the residents in regards to who these fines, let's specify the difference between the banks and the landlords and the homeowners in regards to the fines.
Okay, well, I pray that we're not doing that. I pray that it's definitely going to the bank. So we will look into that, and this goes back to what I was just saying. We put stuff on the agenda. We can't give you answers currently because no one knows what you're looking for. You just put village fines. That could be anything from a ticket to garage address missing, but no one was specific in what it is that they're looking for. So we just need you guys to let the department heads know what you're looking for. So when we come to a meeting, we're better equipped and we ain't got to kick the can down the road again to have another meeting that we should have got resolved today if people would have told us what they're looking for. So I'm definitely fine with going over this and clearing it up. But also you guys have to take responsibility for not paying vendors their money for the high grass. The high grass is scattered through our community. Y'all know we have over 400 vacancies, and y'all know that Public Works cannot cut all the vacant properties. And you guys have to work better at coming up with a plan, because right now we don't have it as it relates to from you. You guys come here, you dictate and tell us what you guys want us to do, but there's no plan in place from the board that wants to tell us how to run the day-to-day, which I keep telling y'all, y'all legislate, y'all do not govern the day-to-day operation. But I just wish you guys would pay people their money so that they can come out and cut the high grass.
Thank you, Mayor, for that. So it's just, and this is just for the record at this point, this is for the residents. I find it interesting that she continues to act as if she does not know what we're referring to. When we talked about the leases, I wasn't going to say anything, but you signed them. So if you signed the leases, how are you unaware of the leases in which we are referring to? It's the smoke and the mirrors. I sit here and I said, you know what, Lord, I was going to let it go. But you were the one who brought it to us to increase the fines. So if we had a cow meeting, and this is for the residents, right? Because she keeps saying, oh, the trustees this, the trustees that. Let's, just so you all know, there's a thing called checks and balances. That's why we're all up here, right? So we really shouldn't even have to go back and forth with who knows what. The goal is for you to run it past the board, which is us here, to tell us what you're doing, and then us approve it. What you've been doing is you do everything on your own, and then when we revert it back and say, hey, no, you weren't supposed to do that, you sit here and say, oh, I don't know what you all are referring to. I mean, I have to get back to you on that. Let's stop doing that. Let's have the meeting. Again, I would like to set it forth so that we can have CAL meetings. Let's go back to having 2 meetings per month like we're supposed to in our ordinance, and that'll prevent a lot of this you acting as if you don't know. Because if we all have this conversation with the residents, they'll know, we'll know, and you'll know. This is a team effort. It's Team Dolton, not a one-man band. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, so what I truly believe, trustee,
I know.
is that you in particular want to decrease the fines because you got tickets on your house for the high grass. Your bushes weren't cut, your grass wasn't serviced, right? So you remind me of Trustee Valerie Stubbs that put in an ordinance, because she didn't want to pay fines on her rental properties. It's the same thing. You guys only pick and choose things that's beneficial to you guys that affect you. But you were talking about this a month ago. You were talking, please, you're gonna be removed. You're gonna be removed. You cannot just talk. Remove her. You will be removed. And again, Valerie Stubbs, ex-trustee right there, her. She do things for self. So back to what I'm saying. You have to do better. You have to do better than what you're doing. Okay, you out of order. You need to remove her. Remove her. Remove her. Y'all cannot be that out of order. Like, come on now. Come on. Come on. Even if you don't like somebody, you can't be that out of order. You have to remove her. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Please leave. Because you just too out of order. Please leave. You out of order. Goodbye. You are out of order. Goodbye. You are out of order. You out of order. Okay, goodbye. Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit. Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit. Valerie Stubbs, you need to exit.
Can we continue the meeting? Why is this even an issue?
Come on. Come on. I don't know why y'all do this here in Dolton. Any other village meeting, they remove people out. They go. You cannot be that disrespectful. You cannot. We will not take disrespect. Come on. Come on.
Okay, if she does not exit, then the meeting will
guys.
If you do not exit, then the meeting will be
You don't know that to do with you. The meeting ain't about to be over, so
Mary,
you cannot shut down the meeting.
Ma'am.
Yes, you should.
Trustee, stop.
You stop. You
Stop.
shouldn't have did that.
Stop.
You shouldn't have did that.
Man,
You
please
shouldn't have
stop.
did that. We can continue with the meeting.
All right,
He
Valerie
allowed it.
Stubbs, you can go.
We can continue with the
No, because y'all disrespect, y'all think it's okay to continue. Did I call anybody? What she just said? What she just said? What she just said?
You called
That was
her
out of order. That was out of order.
You called her
So,
name. That was out of
I
order.
didn't call her out her name. I did not.
You shouldn't have called her name at all.
Miss Stubbs.
You should have
Okay,
said her
it's
name.
time to go. It's time to
Keep
exit.
going on with the meeting.
It's time to exit.
The meeting will be shut down.
The meeting is not
We
going to
can
be shut
order,
down.
then people will be able to come back in. If you
All
do
she
not
have to do is
leave, if
exit.
she does not
The fact
leave,
that they keep
the
wanting to
meeting will
shut
not
down these
continue.
meetings.
All she got to do is exit.
Because he on the chopping block, you know. He does not have the authority to shut down the meeting. Why? That wasn't even called. That's what they want. They want to shut down.
Okay, goodbye. You can exit. You can exit. Y'all some kids. Who's this? Pet call, man. This is crazy.
Yep.
No, they're outside watching and they're like, what the fuck's going on in here? I've been outside this whole time. I was outside just making sure they didn't have nothing going on. And then they're like, you guys better get in there. And they showed me the camera and I saw everybody all in this one spot. I was like, all right, I'll go.
No. Yeah. Residents, can you guys please be quiet because we got real business to tend to in this meeting tonight. Please.
Okay, Chief Lacey.
Right, she gone. Can we go? Can we move forward? She gone.
Okay, Chief Lacey.
What's next on the agenda?
Right, exactly.
Okay, clerk. Clerk. So we left off at
We on discussion still.
the fine. We at the.
We on discussion
Okay.
still.
No, this young lady
Right.
has to get up.
No, I'm still in discussion.
So you motion to call the roll already?
No, we still discussing on the
Yeah.
business, on the fine.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I
So
want
he
to speak
said,
on that,
so the
I'm not
clerk
finished.
just made clarity. She said that you,
I'm not
motion was
finished with
second.
the, no,
I know,
I'm
let me
still in discussion.
just get it out. What she just told me. She said, you said nobody.
Nobody
somebody
said
motion.
motion. What are we talking
no, we still discussing.
about? Okay, I know what I'm talking
All right,
about.
go ahead.
Okay.
I want to touch bases on that.
Hold on 1 second, Trustee Brown, before you finish. I was in the midst of referring to something she and I were kind of having before we
ma'am.
interrupted.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, can we get this meeting because we behind.
Go ahead.
We lost out from the last meeting. We still. have a
Trustee,
lot of
unfortunately,
items.
until this young lady gets up, the meeting can't.
Who?
But-
I don't know.
All right, didn't the young lady just leave?
No, there's a second young lady that needs to leave.
Now y'all going out of control. This.
Okay, so while they're doing that, you want to finish?
Let's continue with the meeting.
You want to what? What they?
Ladies and gentlemen, could we please come to a happy medium so we can get, we have about 10 more items.
Right, tell them to come back here.
Please.
Yeah, please tell them to leave.
Right.
The fact that these two keep inciting stuff is crazy.
That's exactly what they do.
They're doing inciting stuff.
Jason,
Crazy.
sit down. We need to continue on. Mayor, can you please order them to?
No, if y'all want to go over y'all stuff, y'all can. We could keep going. While they
Let's
have
keep
another
going.
business.
Okay, well, let's keep
So,
going.
go
It's just
ahead.
a matter of
Let's
they
keep
kind
going.
of
What you
loud.
got?
But we can keep going. They're loud.
No, but what you got?
Okay, because it's kind of.
Okay, if you don't got no, we're gonna move
No,
on.
we not. We gonna wait until it's
Y'all,
quiet because you could call the
It's
chief back or
not.
something
It's
and see what's
not.
going
So
on.
do you want to sit here or you want to move on?
We're gonna wait until.
It's
so
not. They
when I
gonna
have
be there
everyone's
second.
attention.
So we're gonna sit here until they.
Well, we
done.
just want to sit here because.
But you can go ahead. If you have questions.
Trustee, all it
Stop.
takes is such a young lady to get up and leave. That's all it takes, and
Okay,
then we
so
can
here we go.
continue.
Sit here.
What was the?
I don't know,
Well,
But is she quiet now?
yeah, she is. And the mayor needs to tell him to bring his ass back here so we can.
It's all
continue.
come from her saying this lady name. Could have just not said her name.
This is ridiculous.
It is.
We definitely not stopping this meeting. This is ridiculous.
Okay, it seems as though the young lady has calmed down and everything seemed to be in check. Yes. So-
Okay, right.
So please, can we resume?
That's what I was thinking. Why all the police? Come on.
Trustee Norwood, can we skip to M?
Hold on 1 second. So let me finish real quick. Trustee Belcher, we might as well sit until we have everybody's attention because. Okay, she's gone. Okay.
They ain't getting paid. Don't worry about it, Dan. They ain't getting paid.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So, as I was saying, we were talking about the fees and the fines, and I know that you were making a comment, and I just think that it's funny how you find the need to deflect. Because if my grass was as tall as the Sears Tower, it still wouldn't compensate for the amount of money that you're wasting on taxpayers' dollars. So it still would not add up to the millions of dollars that you're spending on first-class flights, the millions of dollars that you're spending on parties, the $1 million you're spending on rent cars that you don't remember renting. So with that being said, let's move this to the committee of the whole, and hopefully we can talk about this with the residents so that we could discuss fines so that this administration won't keep increasing your fines because she just won't stop spending and she won't prioritize the spending. So she'll just continue to spend the money and then increase the fines to make you guys pay for it. So in order to stop that, we'll have a discussion as a family with the residents. And thank you guys.
Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna move forward,
Are you
but I
guys
just
voting on this?
they want to send it to committee. So
Oh,
they
it's
wanna
just
check.
going to committee of the whole. Thank you.
So we're gonna move forward, and for the record, people that say things about me, I want you to prove it because, like I said, fact versus fiction. Y'all say parties, and I do nothing but unity and gatherings here in the community. When they do it, they say it ain't a party. They do the same thing I do, right? But when I do it, y'all claim it's a party. I'll say first class flights. Please show me here in the village of Dolton where I did a first class flight. I want you to show me that receipt, please, and thank you. So, for the record, I just want people to say they mix up the two body of governments that I'm over. They mix them up. We talking about
You mix them up too.
Hold on, we're not talking to you. When it comes to the village of Dolton, please show me the stuff that y'all put up at the meeting for clickbait and got no truth to what you're saying, no facts to what you're saying, but y'all say it and throw it in the air. That's not right. And that's why I tell you, residents, stay woke. Because they will sit here and sing you off and just say anything, as most of the trustees do. They just talk with no facts. All right, moving on. Call the roll.
Okay, that's a discussion on the fine.
Right, she just said she want to move it to committee of the whole.
Okay.
So call the roll to move it to committee of the whole.
Voting to move that to, did you motion it? Anyone? No one
She
motioned for a
did.
second.
Yeah, she did. It was motion.
Did you motion?
I'll
Did you move second? You did? Thank you. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next is discussion of animal control program and use of animal control vehicle.
Yeah, so I added this to the agenda because this is another item that I would like to go to the committee of the whole. A senior called me a few weeks ago asking, stating that she had a pit bull in her backyard. And I did call you, you didn't answer, but I was calling to see if we had animal control. I know that one board meeting, you presented it to us and we voted to pay about $50,000 for an animal control car. And once upon a time, I used to see people driving the animal control car, and we used to have animal control at one point, and then it vanished. But nothing was ever told to the board regarding what's exactly going on with the vehicle and the services. So I would like to have this discussion with the community so that we can get some answers and figure out if we have animal control, and if not, what we have to do to start it back up.
So, you know, we do have animal control. You know that if you call, we will come and we will remove the animal. Prime example, you had an animal on your block that was loose. It was a pit. You went on Facebook or some social media to my, hey guys, it's a pit loose. Watch yourself instead of calling the village of Dolton. The resident then called us, the village of Dolton, like they should have, like you should have. And we showed up and showed out and removed the pit bull. And guess what we found? A abandoned house that had what? A prostitution ring, 3 vacant cars. I forget what the cars were. Hellcats. What was that?
Stolen.
Stolen.
The
what?
high performance cars are stolen.
Three of them at the next door to where trustee Norwood lives. So all these things do happen, but when you guys call us, we do show up and we do our job. But people get up here, like I said, things clickbait, everything's about campaigning. We do show up and we remove the animals. Just the other day, we had 2 big dogs loose off of MLK, was it? And they showed up and took care of that as well, and cited the owner because it was 2, what you call it?
Bullmasters.
2 of them, big. So we handle it all the time. Just because y'all don't see it, because y'all never around, don't mean that we're not taking care of the business of the community. We always boots on the ground all the time. So we wouldn't have all these things to announce to the public if we wasn't out here doing our job. Like y'all saying that we don't do anything with the truck or we don't pick up the animals. We do all the time. So I just want to clear that up for all those little lies that's just out there about the animal control vehicle.
Madam Mayor, may I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Trustee Norwood, the reason the truck is still out there. However, what we're doing right now, what I'm doing right now is working with Cook County to train our people on handling those dogs. We do have some that are trained on it, but not as many as we need. So that's what's going on right now. They're being trained by Cook County.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I got 2 questions. First off, when was the last time the vehicle was used?
The vehicle was used probably about maybe a week ago. I know-
Okay. Somebody in the audience call the police department and see if they got animal control.
Girl, why don't you tell them to call the police department?
Because let me explain why I said that, Mayor, because I'm talking and I got the floor right now. Last week, there was some animals out. They called the police department and the police department said, we don't have animal control anymore. So I don't understand why these people lie so much when it is 21,000 people in Dolton, and mysteriously a week ago it was used, but the other day he wanted to transfer it to a transport car, whatever it is. And I just don't understand it. If it's not a working and functioning department, say it's not a working, functioning department. But why y'all lying? Y'all sitting here lying to these people. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense that she sits here and lie like that. I just can't stand it. I let her talk now. But she lies so much. But she want to say somebody else lying. But we
girl, you did that lie. You got to live at your mama house and you got $300,000. Who the biggest liar?
We got proof to show that we picking up dogs. But
Okay.
Stop it, trustee. Please stop.
Talking about somebody lying.
You always lying.
Okay, and you lying about you live in Dolton when you know you don't.
You don't live in Dolton. Get it right.
God.
Get it right.
Trustee Norwood.
Okay, so and why I asked, I mean, you know, it does get frustrating when you all sit here and tell these stories, and I guess that's the frustrating part. And I put this on the agenda because, of course, common sense. Before I would call this lady, I would call the animal control, right? So I did, and that's when I was informed that we no longer have animal control. Then I did a little digging and I seen an article that stated that the administration didn't properly go about things the right way with the animals, and someone was doing something with the animals, and the state cut us off from having animal control. So none of this information was shared with anyone from the board. So that's why I asked, and I was thinking that in the event that the state has us barred from doing animal control for a while, I wanted to know, because I was just thinking we paid $50,000 for the truck. So I just wanted to know what was the next plan for the truck in the event that we were no longer allowed to do animal control. So I'll vote to motion this to take it to the CAL meeting, and I'll bring all the evidence that I have at the meeting, and then we'll discuss it. But last time I called several times. The senior who called me, she called animal control several times, and they stated that we don't have it in the village at all. So that's why I put it on the agenda.
All right, moving on. Call the roll, please.
Who second, please? I didn't hear a second.
Jason did.
Thank you, Jason. Trustee Belcher. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda is discussion and approval of resolution of the Village of Dolton approving the reimbursement of administrative expenses from the TIF District Number 2. Is there a motion?
Mayor, if I may, I would like to bundle I through M. I will read a description of each one of them, so that way we know what we're talking about, and then the discussion, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of,
All right, so
points.
that's a motion to bundle.
yeah, my motion is to bundle I, J, K, L, and M.
Oh, and F.
And M like Mary.
Okay,
Hi, Mary.
but you want to do M, M, you can't bundle
through
because
M.
that's a closed session. Gotta go in closed session.
That's personnel.
Okay,
yeah.
I through
Oh,
L.
you mean,
I'll do I through L, yes.
all right, is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion second, call the roll?
But I'm not sure if anybody had discussion, Mayor.
We gotta call,
Yes.
this the bundle,
Oh,
this the bundle and
Thank you.
approval second.
Thank you.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, is there a motion to approve I through L?
So I'll make the motion.
Is there a
Second.
second? Is there a motion and second? Any discussion?
Yes.
No,
All right, because then I want to get a floor to Pete after that, whoever's going first.
Okay. So which is that we are transferring administrative expenses from the TIF district to the general fund. When I just stated in previous conversations, we are at a point where we're transferring money from a restricted account to the general fund to make payments, to pay retro pay, things that in a functioning budget was already allocated for. What is more concerning, and I'm going to say this because I've said it at other meetings, is that this money that we are transferring, which adds up to a little bit over $1 million, they're stating are from administrative fees that have not been collected since 2005. My question, and I don't know because this is my first term, that if we have a CPA that we pay $45,000 or $60,000 per month, when did y'all just realize that y'all haven't been collecting these fees? Then it seems more strange that we're at the point that we have absolutely no money, that all of a sudden we haven't been collecting administrative fees. Let's go back to 2005. Oh my God, 36,000, 79,000, which totals the retro pay that we need to pay for the sergeants, lieutenants, and sergeants, the public works balance that we need to pay. All of this was included in the budget that we approved when they said retro was included. And then we have insurance that needs to be paid. So when we had all these 3 years of meeting, I bring back the bag. I bring back the grants. Ask the accountant, has any grants been deposited? Absolutely not. Why haven't any grants been deposited that's let me rephrase this because I don't want nobody to say I'm lying. Grants that require audits, $6.8 million that we have not received, but we have spent $6.7 million. Spending the money before we get it. Now we're forced to sit here and take money out of an account that we really shouldn't be taking money out of because we at that rainy day part where we're barely gonna see if we can make payroll through the end of September. So while everybody's sitting up here talking about we've been lying, they lying, I ain't took no first class flight. It's a warrant list to have. We didn't pay for the township conference. Why the hell is we paying for the township conference? That's because they swipe their card so much they be forgetting what, are they working for the township or are they working for the village of Dolton? Nevertheless, I'm voting because I know that it needs to be paid. My personal thought is they wouldn't get shit. But I have to do what's right for the community. And I have to do what's right for the people that go out and serve us every day. So yes, I am gonna vote for it, but I want everybody to know that the mismanagement of this administration is beyond absurd. I mean, beyond absurd. If anybody ran their house the way this village is being ran, y'all need to lock them up.
All right, next.
we still have
Pete.
discussion.
Okay, hold on. I want to go to Pete first, Chief Pete, about the contract, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Again, before you today is the renewal for Bud's ambulance. The contract is a 3-year contract. It's pretty self-explanatory where the monthly payment is in the same ballpark where it currently is now. However, in there, they have some built-in surcharge fees in the event that the fuel prices continue to fluctuate. So approximately $11,000 and some change per month, and it's a 3-year contract, and we're seeking the approval from the mayor and the board tonight to move forward with the contract. Any questions?
Okay, thank you. The other one on here that I want to discuss is about you guys wanting to give special counsel authority to review the insurance coverage. Anybody want to answer that? Why is that?
Do we have an attorney?
We
Do the village of Dolton have an attorney?
Yes, we do have an attorney.
And who is that?
You already know who that is. So
No, please tell me because they're not here. Who is it?
I'm not gonna do the Q&A. So at the end of the day, you guys know that y'all are surpassing your authority. My authority is the one that appoints the attorneys. Y'all know this. So why we get up here and do the same dance and fight? Why? We do the same thing. That's not y'all authority. You overstepping your authority. My authority is the mayor. I appoint counsel. Y'all know this. Y'all know y'all cannot give your attorney cases. You know that. Especially that's the one he messed up. Like, come on, make it make sense. But yet y'all doing the same thing. Why? Nobody want to answer that, huh? I keep telling you about this a money grab. Like, stop. We're not doing
So
that.
we're talking about the seats
talking
versus
about-
VO Dalton and appointing a special counsel.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. I said, why
This,
do you guys-
this a case. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't want to finish.
Go ahead.
This case is too critical and a lot of it's been stalled. We haven't really gotten to the closure that we seek. There's been some offers made and still been kind of ongoing. So we want to make sure that there's a resolution to the case, and this is an effort to move it forward.
And that's through the village attorney. You know that, I know that. When the previous mayor was here, what did he do? Appoint counsel. So what makes y'all think it's any different now? Any mayor that sits in the seat appoints counsel. It is not the body, which is you guys. You guys legislate. That's it. You don't appoint. You don't make appointments. You don't have no appointment powers. You don't have nothing to do with my appointments. You can't fire them. You can't keep them. Nothing. You got nothing to do with any of those things. You don't. You don't. And that's what I keep telling y'all. Y'all have to learn what it is you do and learn what it is I do. But you guys do not appoint anybody to any case. So again, here you go with this. And y'all already know I'm not going to sign off on it. So putting on a show right in front of the people once again don't make no sense. We are not doing that. So, all right, what else? Anything else? Any more discussion? All right, Colorado.
I have a quick discussion on this.
Go ahead.
I just heard you say that you appoint people and no one can fire them. I can appoint a deputy clerk and you illegally fired her. So I don't understand what applies to you should apply to me.
Because what you don't understand is I am the head of the village. You are
It
not.
doesn't matter.
You are the
You
clerk.
don't- I
Hold
don't
on, hold
report
on. You
to
just
you,
asked
Mayor.
me. You just
I
asked me,
don't
and I'm
report to
giving
you.
you the answer. So at the end of the day, you already know that that's in court. So to go back and forth with you while it's in court doesn't make any sense. But I'm telling you the facts so that you will understand the how and why it happens and how it works. But
Well,
nobody
please
wants
get
to
the
do
facts
it.
right
Everybody
before you
wants to
report
sit
them
here
to me.
and be over someone else's position. I ran to lead, not follow. Especially people that ain't got no vision. I don't do that. I ran to lead, and you guys keep wanting to tell me what to do. We're not doing that. So
And
here
again,
we
the
are today.
ordinance states, so let's talk about ordinances
we
that
don't
you
get to that,
don't
but we don't get to that
that
once
you
we
don't
get
follow,
in
which
personnel.
states that the clerk has
We
the
gonna get into
authority
that,
to
clerk.
appoint a deputy
Clerk,
clerk.
we're gonna get into that in personnel matters.
So, yeah,
let's
but I'm
finish
just saying,
let's
let's
finish
follow
I
the
through
ordinances.
L. I through L.
Thank you.
Any more discussion for I through L? All right,
Yeah,
call
I
the roll.
do. I have a discussion for after will. So my discussion is on the transfer. And this is just important for Dalton residents because I know that for the last few years, you all have seen us fighting for transparency. We've been fighting for the access to the credit card bills. We've been fighting for access to my viewpoint. The reason why they will not give us the access is because this is what they've been doing, spending all the money. And now they've done so to the point where now they need us. They have to tell us, because they need us to do this transfer. So even though we're against it, because we know that if the money was being spent right, and if they were following the budget prevents this from happening. So just so the residents know, we don't want to sit here and fight every meet. It really is unfair to you all, but this is important. The taxpayers' money is what we're here to do. We're here to make sure that every dime that's coming in and every dime that's going out is accounted for. So I just want you all to understand that you sometimes may see us get a little frustrated, but we're getting frustrated because this job should be much more simple. We are put in place and you all elected us to do just this. And if you didn't have us here, this thing would be way worse because we'd probably be transferring 2 or 3 million instead of the 1. So I just want to say that we don't want to bicker and argue in front of you all, and we are trying to save the community, but this spending and this mismanaging is just out of control. And that's why you see us trying to have a liquidation sale and sell everything because they've spent it all. Thank you.
I can't wait till the truth come out. I swear I can't. But anywho,
Mayor,
okay,
I got one point of clarity.
Quiet, please.
Okay.
Quiet.
No, just one point for clarity. The attorney is not Olson, Sturk, Murphy, Frazier, McGrath. That's being recommended as somebody that was advised to us for a special type of defense that we need, without putting all of the information out there because it will be in court. I just wanted to make sure we clarify this is not legislative counsel. It's a special niche of attorney that we are seeking to push forward. But thank you.
And for clarity, we went through those steps as it related to a special type of attorney that was supposed to handle that case. But I always get in closed session to go more in details about all of that because like I know when it's in litigation, you talk in the back. So can we call the roll, please, so we can go to closed session?
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed to bundle I through L.
All right. And next on the agenda is personnel matters. We will go.
I'm sorry, for correction, excuse me, Mayor. I said bundle, but it was for approval. So it's to approve items I through L, just
Right.
for the records.
Right. So we're going in closed session for personnel matters, but I do want to make some clarity and clear some things up. I see that you guys went and created this agenda, whereas I created an agenda for the Village of Dolton, and we put everything on there that was needed to talk about, including terminate the contract of Otis, Sturk, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath. You guys didn't put that on here, nor did you put on there the termination of Keith Freeman. I put that on there so the board and I can discuss it, but I don't see that here. Yet you put all these other people on here, and y'all do know this is targeted. This is harassment, and you guys are doing political retaliation for the names that you put on here for personnel matters. It don't make no sense that you you're considering layoffs due to you claiming financial, but yet you're picking people that don't make half the salary as a lot of other people because you're supposed to start at the top, work your way down. But yeah, you pick people that in the clerks, they make what, $15 an hour? Like, make this make sense of how you guys are trying to handle this. And you know, like I know, you guys have the authority to put anyone on administrative leave. You don't have the authority to remove anybody that I appoint. So I just want to clear this up for the public because everybody got everybody all roused up, and then you guys sitting here just trying to make decisions without stating facts. So today we will state facts as it relates to what you do and what I do, as I always state. But we're going to go in closed session, go over this bogus list that you put together, and then we'll come back out and we will tell the public again what the truth is in the matter of moving forward. But Keith Freeman will be added onto this list. It's shocking that you didn't put him on there, board, especially if y'all didn't like him, don't care for him.
So are we
whatever.
not having a regular meeting there? That's, I guess, for clarity, since you're saying he's gonna be added to this list.
Yeah, but we
Are
got a
not
regular
having
meeting right after
regular
this. We have a regular meeting
Oh,
right after
okay,
this.
that's all I was
But I'm
trying
just
to
saying
ask.
that you guys didn't add it. Y'all added everything else. And like I said, y'all want to be in control so bad. Y'all added all this stuff to the agenda, but you didn't add his name. And then you put my report at the very end. Why is that? But this is the stuff that I'm talking about. This is stuff about. This is the stuff I'm talking about. So you gotta let me do what I'm supposed to do and get my report like I get y'all the floor when it's general announcement. Y'all say whatever y'all want to say about whatever y'all got going on, and then I get the opportunity to do the same. But you guys want to put it at the end as though I am not the leader of the city. So is there a motion to go in closed session to discuss personnel matters?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Call the roll.
Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Norwood, I'm sorry, trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion approved to go into closed session.
All right, so we will be going downstairs to closed session. We might be down there in a minute. We got a lot of things to discuss. If you choose to stay, please. If not, this is your time to exit if you would like. Thank you so much.
Let me show you over here.
What I was gonna say.
All right. Thank you for waiting on us. Clerk, are you ready? All right. Can we have a motion to resume our board meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second? Call the roll.
Okay, hold on. Yes. Trustee Belcher. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
The time is now 9:01 p.m.
All right. Is there a motion regarding the personnel matters?
Motion to approve the personnel matters listed on agenda item M, items M, good Lord, I need glasses, M, A through F.
All right, is there a second? All right. Because we was in closed session, we cannot really discuss it. But I will make a statement for the record. I already told the Board of Trustees that this is political retaliation. This is targeting, and they should not target these individuals to try to lay them off. I also told them that they will be sued for doing so, but yet they still choosing to pick these people, which they said Keith Freeman gave them. So make sure y'all add him in y'all lawsuit to target just these individuals. Normally when you do layoffs or consider layoffs, you normally go, you meet with management staff and you go line by line, or you go over things or where people can make cuts at and do things to make it make sense. Right now, people are voting with their emotions, and they're not being wise as it relates to handling the business and allowing the business to handle them. So again, I am totally against this. As you know, I told them y'all do what y'all think y'all can do, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. So they're gonna vote for it, but again, these people will still be employed here in the village of Dolton. So I'm just making sure that everyone is crystal clear of that. So when it happens, you understand the why. Okay, clerk.
Mayor, I have a comment. For
The roll. Oh, you got a comment now, huh?
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right, so the layoffs are due to financial issues that the village of Dolton has. I did mention already that managers who may have spoken up asked that we do not include their names for fear of retaliation. So there's trying to insinuate that Freeman is the one that gave us is incorrect. This decision came about because our finance consultant, the CPA firm, let us know that we are in dire need and layoffs need to happen. This is I hate to say this because I don't want to cause a big panic, but this is a starting point because we are finally beginning to get information, because for months and months we would indicate that we don't have financials. We haven't had it for 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. So I know many people heard that. So this meeting is the first time you hear Trustee Belcher and us reference financials that we've started to get in review. And we got a lot of that information due to the investigation by former Mayor Lori Lightfoot. So that information is the reason for many of the actions taken this evening with credit card spending, as well as this beginning of some of the layoffs. It's unfortunate. There's a lot more that we have to do. So we're starting to identify the picture, and we have to identify a plan forward. And unfortunately, this is part of that plan. Thank you.
All right, and I just want to clear some up that he just stated. He stated that Keith Freeman was not the one that gave it to him, and I quote, Trustee Kiana Belcher stated that they got this list from Keith Freeman. So I wish y'all can listen to the tapes down in closed session, and you will hear her say that's who gave y'all this list. So again, this is targeted. Y'all targeting individuals, and that's not right. I still believe you guys should go to the drawing board and figure it out, whatever it is. Again, the mayor had no say-so in this. They just did what they wanted to do, and you're supposed to sit here and talk about things of importance, such as a layoff, because at the end of the day, this is somebody's livelihood that you guys are playing with. Y'all can point fingers, place blame, do whatever you feel you need to do, but at the end of the day, you guys still are going about it the wrong way, and you should not pick individuals because they don't follow your orders or don't listen to you or whatever y'all feel is going on. You guys should still go back to the drawing board and figure out a better way, because there's always another way to do something. And as it relates to financials, once everything come up, I did tell everybody that we was going to do a town hall meeting as it relates to the financials, because everyone's waiting on financials. We all are. So I just want to clear that up as well, because people like to just say stuff, but they don't educate the public on how and the whys. Like, I'll give you another example. Do you know that we have union contracts, different things that goes towards a budget, but no one's telling you that. So once it goes to the budget, where's the extra revenue that you brought in to cover the budget amount? You just give somebody a raise, but yet you got to figure out how to pay that out. And then when they try to cut things like I said earlier before we went downstairs, code enforcement. Why would you cut the only thing where people are producing revenue? They go out and they write tickets for people that ain't cut their grass, whether it's the bank or whoever, and other issues in our community. So what I'm saying to you is you rather lay people off, like I said, peanuts, compared to the things that you claim is needed. So again, that's my statement for the record. I'm still advising the Board of Trustees not to go forward with this hit list that Keith Freeman put together on people that he don't like or get along with. And I think the board should be wiser and speak up about what it is.
May I
that's
be
needed.
recognized?
And it's not going off the list that was provided to us. That is my opinion of it. Go ahead.
Okay, so when you quote me, make sure you do it right. I stated inside of executive session, which you want to bring it up anyway, that we had a meeting with Kasperik's office, which is Lauren, and this was the advice of the accounting firm by way of email. It came from Keith Freeman. Now, what's crazy to me is that 1 minute you do the day-to-day operations, 1 minute Keith do the day-to-day operations. So it's when it fits your agenda. So whether it, to my knowledge, Keith Freeman is still employed here and is the village administrator, because we have not seen anything set forth and except for the next meeting that's about to start, termination, that when something comes through the village administrator, which I mean, for 3 years, well, I'll say he's been here 2 years, we haven't been getting nothing. So when these things come, because that's your right hand man, then we would be able to move forward with what's presented to us. Also, and sit in a 3-hour meeting with somebody that's finally given us some financial information, you go by the people that you pay the money to say these are the recommendations that you guys need to have. Whereas if it was a hit list, she would have been the first one on the list. So I don't think it's considered a hit list. I think it's just a start of trying to move in a direction to clean some of this mess that she and him has gotten us in. I mean, if we want to say it, we're saying it. However it may be. The Board of Trustees don't have a credit card. The Board of Trustees ain't making contracts and signing off on 37%, 27% leases. The Board of Trustees ain't going out telling people, cut all the trees, give me an estimate. It's only $2.8 million. The Board of Trustees ain't doing that. So you got us into this mess, and now we're trying to salvage what we can to get out, and you sitting here talking about a hit list like we on the street. So we are doing what we can do with the limited resources that we have to start making financial decisions now that we've got a little information. I think one in particular item on there that she's really mad about is her strong arm might be a limp arm. I release.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. And then I will make the last statement and move on. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's first talk about the ordinances, because I think that when we talk about governing, the ordinances are put in place for a reason, right? And again, I'm going to say that we continue to have checks and balances. That's why we're here. And for us to have an ordinance that says if anyone hired or anyone fired should come before the board. And then when we look up, we have way more employees because this administration is not bringing the people in front of the board to be hired. So now we have Public Works who we only supposed to have 20 workers. Our assignment is for 20 workers. Well, we have 32. So the common sense and the math tells us that we're overpaying. So if we can continue to get services done with less people so that we can make sure that we can get ourselves out of this financial rut, that's what we have to do. It's not personal. She sit here and act as if we're not in a deficit, but let's not forget, guys, just 30 minutes ago, we were voting on TIF money that we need to transfer. So if we are voting to transfer money that we're not even supposed to be touching, that means we're in dire need. And because we're in dire need, we're saying, hey, we have to make the tough decisions at the moment because they're having a hiring fest. We look up, and every time I come into this village, I see someone that I don't even know. So they're not coming before the board. She's telling them that they are hired, having them do the job. We have $1 million worth of overtime for some employees, right? We have a police, $1 million in overtime for police. Now we have 12 additional workers for Public Works. Then we have a $45,000, $60,000 account saying, hey, we have to make these decisions. So this is just what we have to do. It's not personal, but this has to be done. And truth be told, our account firm told us last year around this time that the layoffs were coming. This is why we have a budget. They continue to ignore the budget. Like now, we don't even have a budget. How is it that the administration haven't provided us with a budget when this was supposed to be voted on and turned into the state as of now? So these are the issues that we're running into. They're doing things the wrong way, and then they need us to fix it and clean it up. So they're hiding the information, and then they're saying, hey, voila, by the way, we're in a deficit. Don't fire anyone, though, and I'm going to keep spending, by the way. And it's unfair. If we keep having money go out and we don't have enough coming in, then that's where you have a deficit. And that's where we are trying to fix this issue at the moment. So again, residents, it's unfortunate, but we have to make these tough decisions so that we can make payroll, because you all see that we just had to transfer money from the TIF just so that we can make payroll. So think about it. How is it personal when we're transferring money from the TIF just to make payroll, just so the residents can have the services that's needed? Thank you.
Okay, so as you guys can see, it's a lot of finger pointing, and people don't want to own up to the things they haven't done, the things that's going on in our community, and people got to fact check, but people don't. As I stated before, you know that it is contracts that the board has approved for people to get retro pay. So when we do retro pay, that adds to the budget. How do you pay for that? And then it's other contracts that they're now negotiating currently now. So when that comes back up and says another $500,000, where you gonna get the money from? So then when people keep talking about spending or things that's going on in the community, they should ask themselves, what was your plan to increase the revenue when you decided to approve all these things that you wanted to make it like y'all was doing great? Hey, let me give Public Works increase. Let me give fire increase. Let me give the police stay retro. You gave everybody all this money and it added to the budget over $1 million. So if it's over $1 million, where do you get the extra money that you didn't account for each month? But no one's talking about that. This is me talking to people that understand business, that understand finance. Because at the end of the day, when you sit here and you add more, you better be able to produce more. And that goes back to when I state, why are you laying off code enforcement? People that bring revenue in our community. Because at the end of the day, what else you gonna do besides the police? Those are the two areas that write tickets. Then you had a water department. So if we're not sitting here really talking business and sitting here talking about, hey, we can produce this if we do this, we should change this, but no one's talking like that. People just pointing finger with no plan. That's why I don't follow them. They don't have no plan but point fingers. We have to sit together and sit here and put all the mess to rest and talk like adults and say, hey, this is what I want to see from my village. This is what I think we should do in the next months. And we should execute, but we don't do that. Because again, y'all know, like I know, it's election time. It's time to run. Everybody got to make it like this person bad, that person bad, this person ain't doing that. That's the game. And that comes with the territory, unfortunately. I told you, it's politics, which is not, it's politics. It's all about what a person can make you believe that's going on in the community. Another issue that I have is all the negativity that they brought to our village. As you can see, y'all about all the naysayers, you about all of the people that come here from another state, and they actually get to the podium and say they from another state. Make it make sense. But yet our residents can't get in to sit down because it is with all the people that's literally using us for clickbait to make money. Because for those that don't understand how it works, it's clickbait and they make money. Why do you think the news are so invested? They in the business of selling news. They have to sell news. So unfortunately, they are competing with YouTubers. They're competing with everybody, and people got to see it for what it is. And for those that don't want to listen, you don't have to. Because at the end of the day, my base don't come here because they're not with the mess. They listen and watch me on TV and see what I'm saying. And when I go to the door, they appreciate everything that I've accomplished here as the mayor. Because as many that been here, like I've been here, like I say, I grew here, they flew here. Everybody that been here, like I've been, you know where the village was and you know where it's at currently. And you know for a fact that we didn't have everything on Sibley possible, from Ponderosa to Red Lobster to White Hen Pantry. Everything was in our city is why a majority of us moved to this community. But to see it just constantly be attacked because people can't have their way, people can't tell you what to do, it's saddening. It really is. Because again, I tell you, I got a 5-year-old daughter that's going to grow up in the same community that I grew up in. And I want her, just like I want your kids, to have things that they can run to and grow from and have memories. For instance, the rink. They can go to the rink and actually now they got a memory for life to say, hey, I went to the rink and I skated outside. They got that memory. I went down the street and I played basketball where it's 3 different courts, 3. One for the babies, one for the middle kids, and one for the adults. 3 different courts with adjustable rims. These are the things that we should be talking about, but we're not. So I say this to you because I be wanting the news to show another narrative, show another side. But unfortunately, they just with the negative side that keep the clicks going for their networks. And that's sad because some people watch the news because they believe in the news. I do not believe in the news. That's why I call them fake news, because they only report negativity. If somebody goes and does an interview with the news that's positive, they do not play it on the news. They only want to hear somebody saying something negative about a person. And that's sad, because when did we forget that we are all human? When did we forget that we live here? When the cameras go and the smoke clear, we have to still rebuild our community. I say this time and time again, you're going to always hear my mouth on it, whether you want to hear it or not, because we have to do better as a community, and we have to unify the community, not come here with mess. And sometimes people just got to open their ears and eyes and listen to what's going on in our town, because there's so much good that's going on. It get overshadowed by the negativity. And again, if anybody need help, light, gas, water, anything like that, because that's why people really mad. I am your supervisor through a township. You can come over there and get help with those things. And that's something the news should be advocating and showing y'all, but they do not. And if you're struggling with your mortgage or your rent, you can call us 708-596-6040 and get help with these things. But no one wants to do it. No one wants to tell you that. But when you see me or I'm at your door and I give you this information, you go get the help. So that's why I'm saying that everybody not into the mess or the clicks. It's really communities like ours that really need the help that they are getting from us. And then I love the fact that we was able to cut down the trees prior to the storms. You know how many thank yous I got the last 2 weeks, let alone month, saying, Mayor, thank you for cutting and trimming the trees. Because if you did not do that, that tree would have been on my house during this storm. As you saw, many people had trees on their houses, on their cars, on their garages, and these are the problems that we are faced with. And all I'm telling you, resident, is just pay attention. Stop being with the mess, because at the end of the day, you only have one person to answer to, and that's the Lord. Everybody else just around you for whatever reason, but when you have your time of need, these same people, these messy people, you will not see. You will not. And I mean that. If you ever get sick, you're not going to see them. If you ever need them, you're not going to see them. But guess who you always see? Tiffany and you. I'm always there for you no matter what. No matter what you say. I even help the people that talk mess about me, because I am not made like that. We supposed to love on each other. It will be people helping people. That's it. That's all. So I just want to point that out to you guys, and I want you to look at it for what it is and stop with the chaos. Because at the end of the day, life is short. Enjoy it. Embrace it. It's so many people that come to me and I help them bury their loved ones because they didn't even know
All right.
something was gonna
Quiet,
happen.
please.
And it just happened. Whether it's a car accident, whether it's they didn't wake up. And that's all I'm telling you, residents. You have to cherish life and not the mess and drama. Because when the smoke clear, and it will clear, what are you going to do? You can move out, but what are you going to do? You have to want more for your life, guys. And that's all I'm trying to make sure that you get from me, other than the drama. All right? Thank you so much for listening. Clerk, call the roll.
Okay, this is to approve.
Mayor, I had a little something on there I'd like to just touch on.
Go ahead.
You know, with this layoff, that's kind of close to the heart when you talk about layoff, because now that affects a lot of individuals in their lifestyle. I just say I'm not with the layoffs because I don't feel it was done in a proper manner. It was just thrown out here, and we talking about laying off. I believe the department heads should have been speaking with their staff on how they can cut back on using hours, look at their workload, match the work hours up with the workload. If we can get work done, just like Trustee Noah said, if we can just do a little bit more with a little less, we'll do that. But I like for the department heads at least talk with their staff and see where they at and see what their workload is before we go into a full-blown layoff. And we are decision makers. We have to make that decision. And it's tough. It's tough, but to see someone have to walk away after losing insurance, and people have children that they have to take care of also. So with that being said, I'm not comfortable with the layoff. I feel we need to kind of look at it a little bit stronger, sit down with our managers and let them lay it out for us to see where we at. Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Call the roll.
trustee Belcher. Trustee Stan Brown.
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion approved.
All right. So y'all ain't right for clapping for people losing their jobs. That's it. Y'all really need Jesus for real. Okay, next on the agenda is mayor's report. Tomorrow's a big, big day. They do it all around the nation. It is National Night Out. Please come out. It starts at 6 p.m. I believe they got flyers. It will be at the rink. Again, if you want your kids to come and enjoy a good day in the village of Dolton, right here in your own backyard, we spend your own tax dollars. Please bring them out and they will have a blast. People that come out there to that rink, when I say unbelievable, they light up, they love it. And I love the fact that I'm able to bring families together. Whereas families sit in the house, don't have nothing to do. They actually are out there with their kids. I got this grandpa, I made a video for him, and it's him with his grandbaby. He actually on skates. It's so cool. But what I loved about it is that it was just a unity, the bonding moment for them too. And then they gave like a little testimony of what they loved about it, how it really helped them grow together with their relationship. So that was just awesome. So we got that going on. And then we also have other people like the kids. They're learning how to skate. They do skate lessons out there. It's been really, really hot lately, so you ain't seen them out there. If you just go past that, it is free. People can just skate. When we have events, we do allow people to utilize the skates and be out there on the floor. Come out. Our police department will be out there on the scene. Do a meet and greet with them. Learn your police officers. Know who they are. And if you have any issues or problems, please let them know tomorrow. They will be out there. Remember, they are people like us. We take out the vest. They are just people like us. So sometimes people be so hard on them. But just come and learn who is roaming your city or rolling through your city. I'll say that. Also, if you need a book bag, our book bag giveaway for back to school is this Saturday. If you need a book bag, school supplies, uniforms, you name it, pretty much y'all know that your super mayor got it. So please show up. You must live within Thornton Township. That means any one of the 17 cities that are governed. You can come here and get your free school supplies, bouncy houses. We got a ton of festivities for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. I expect to see everyone. And then two news, y'all can come out too and actually see what we do. And then get testimonies for those that do love on Mayor Hilliard, so that you'll see a different side of the story than just a bunch of haters. I thank y'all for coming out this evening. We're going to start our next meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion.
Second.
All righty. Okay. Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown. Tammy
Aye.
Brown went to the bathroom. Trustee House,
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
We do have enough to adjourn this meeting, or how do y'all want to do that? Tammy Brown? Okay.
All right.
Meeting adjourned at 9:25 p.m.
All right, so we're starting our real board meeting, the one that was posted before the Board of Trustees posted the meeting that you just saw prior to. Once again, everybody want to run government. That's what I keep telling you. So we're gonna go through a whole nother agenda. I would like to call to order the regular scheduled board meeting. The time is 9:26 now. Please call the roll. And today is Monday, August 5th,
Let me
2024.
close out one before I can start the other. Thank you. Okay. Time is 9:26 p.m. Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Holmes is absent, trustee Norwood.
Aye.
We have a quorum.
All right, we're gonna skip all the beginning steps and we're gonna go straight to under mayor's report. I do have
Mayor, I
one
did
there.
have one announcement I wanted to make, if that's okay.
You have another announcement?
Yeah, just one.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, because I have no clue how I missed this. We did discuss or mention recently that the board has started receiving financial information due to some of the the special investigation, former Mayor Lightfoot. We are pleased to announce that this Thursday, August 8th at 6:30, Dolton Park District, she will be giving her presentation of initial findings. So please all come out to get that. So many of the issues brought up today were kind of some of the snippets of what we got, and a lot of greater detail will be provided. So that's my announcement. Thank you.
I just have
Okay.
Saturday, it is August the 10th, Tea with the Trustees, 9:30 a.m., 14700 Evers. We're asking everyone to come out to Tea with the Trustees this coming Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Thank you.
All right, on mayor's report, we have an item for closed session, and that was for termination of Keith Freeman. For the record, just so we crystal clear and no one don't misinterpret what I'm saying, Keith Freeman is fired from the village of Dolton. He no longer will work here in the village of Dolton. So I'm letting y'all know that. So when tomorrow comes, no one can be like, he's still working. No, he does not. So I'm just making it crystal clear for what it is that is about to happen once we get through this agenda. But before we get to that item, I have 3 department heads up here that just need to give their report so you can understand what they do here in the village of Dolton. I don't understand how they missed that, but to show you they got their own agenda, and they should have made sure you understood what each person up here does as it relates to your tax dollars, because you pay them to manage and to govern the city and tell you, hey, we did this today, this how much money we brought in, but no one wanted to know. So we'll start with, you want to start first? Okay, we'll start with police department. Chief Lacy.
All right, so the police department, thank you, Madam Mayor, responded to 2,570 calls of service. Outside of that, they wrote 717 parking citations, 138 state tickets, red light tickets were 467. We had 7 felony arrests and misdemeanors of 38. I am pleased to say, with the staff that I am working with, the Dolton Police Department is outstanding. However, but I am pleased to say that the numbers since our last meeting have went down as far as major crimes. Our homicides are down, our forcible felonies are down, our burglaries, our motor thefts, all of that are down due to the fact of the officers that are out there on the street doing their job and working with less than the manpower that we should have. Right now, we're in the process of putting some more units out there, which I will probably bring that to the next board meeting. But at this point, I want to thank the Dolton Police Department, those officers that get out there and risk their life every day for people who they don't know. And if anybody knows, police officers are great. We do a thankless job, but that's okay. Because they get out there, they put their badge on in the morning, not knowing whether they're going to come home the next day or in that morning, or if they work a double shift. But my point being is that regardless as to what was brought up tonight, we have an outstanding, and I do mean outstanding, police department. And for anybody to question that or to even try to lay off any officers, then that's a shame. Now, you don't have to believe me. You can FOIA like everything else. But the bottom line to the whole thing, for those who are police officers, who have been police officers, they know what we go through. So I just want to thank the Dolton police officers for doing the job that they do. Madam Mayor, I could say a lot more, but right now our K9 unit is doing well. We have a trucking unit out there now, traffic enforcement. All these units are units that were put in place, and we have a drone unit. And all these units were put in place to service the citizens of Dolton. So at this time, I want to say thank you, Madam Mayor, and I'm just going to go ahead and end my report from there.
Y'all make some noise for the police department. Good job, y'all. We appreciate all y'all. Thank you. All right, next we have Public Works, Stacy.
Thank you, Mayor Henry. Good evening, residents. The productivity report for July 2024, Public Works completed 6 B-box repairs, 3 water mains were repaired, 1 emergency shutoff, 6 sewers cleaned, 20 locations for potholes were filled, 2 vacant properties were cleaned, 36 vacant cuts, 36 vacant properties were cut, and within 3 days of our July 15th storm, we had the neighborhood about 90% cleaned up from our storm. We were hit by a microburst. It seems like we get hit by all the natural disasters. But I'd like to give a special warm shout out to the Public Works Department, men and women who came out during the storm and helped clear debris from the streets and off of houses. We worked day in and day out for that storm. I think it was right after a flood a few weeks before that. So any additional staffing or labor that we have in the Public Works Department is needed. I understand financial things, but I'm not into that. I'm into services. And it takes bodies to keep this neighborhood clean. There's 5 zones within this neighborhood. So it's like 5 different communities within one. And for 25 on hand, maybe 30 at any given time to keep up, it can be a struggle, because the same person that fixes the water main is the same person that fixes the light, the same person that cuts the tree, the same person that cleans the sewer. These are all the same people. So this is not a very large department, but it's a very large village, and it takes a lot to service it. I do wish in the near future we can increase the number. Instead of going down, I would prefer it to go up as we were building when we first came in. I believe there was like 12 employees or 13 when we first came in, and it just was not enough to service this community. The employees are being worked time and a half or over. We go from water main breaks to natural disasters to back to water main breaks and then another natural disaster, and it just never stops. And these are the same people who come out to do this, and these people are away from their families. I'm away from mine as well, but we do what we have to do to serve this community. One thing I can say with this administration, the service that has been brought to this community hasn't been seen in years. The lots that are being cleaned, the vacant houses that are being tended to, the grass that's being cut. We strive every day to outdo our predecessors, of course, but it's a constant battle, and I want you to know that we are here to work for the people. We take pride in what we do. A lot of people don't really understand what Public Works is up against, but it's like having a giant house and you're responsible for the house. So when you're serving 25 to 30,000 residents at any given time, someone's not going to be happy, but for the most part, we have turned a lot of frowns into smiley faces with the service that we are providing, and it hasn't been seen anywhere else. I'm the youngest superintendent in the Southland, so I make sure I stand on that because I have a legacy to leave here. Whenever that time may come, you're going to remember me and this Public Works Department, because before I came here, some services weren't even happening. People will call, they say they don't get through now, or no emails. It's 3 phones, 3 clerks. We comb it as best as we can. We call people back. We do a lot of follow-ups, but we are working hard. I worked here previously. I'm not just a person who just came out of nowhere. I worked with the previous administration under the last superintendent and the last mayor, and I can guarantee you the services have increased and improved on all levels. despite what naysayers may say on the internet or some people in person, they're not here every day to see what we are going through. They're not here every day to make sure that services continue. Most people are asleep. They have no idea we're here 2, 3, 4 in the morning just to make sure you have the services you deserve when you wake up. It's a constant battle to keep going. Things break. Sometimes vendors get paid, sometimes they don't. We still go for what we know. So please, if you can, keep the public works in your prayers. Call us. I know some residents call, bring cards over, stuff like that. But please remember the work that we have done, because I can guarantee you after this, it's going to be hard for somebody to live up to this legacy that has been set. And Mayor, that concludes my report.
Much, and thank you for all you do, you and your guys. I appreciate you. Next, we have Juanita, Water Department.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. I had a report, but I need to go back and detail it, so it will be available at the next board meeting. I had put all the departments together as far as the revenue that came in, so I will have it available on Mayor and Board at the next meeting.
All right, next we have Will, Housing.
Good afternoon, good evening, Mayor, trustees, and to our board that works so tirelessly. I would like to give my report for both departments, housing, as well as for building and permits. And I'll give you that at a high level. I'll start with a housing report for the month of July. We had a grand total of $45,505.50. We had 28 as-is cell inspections at $6,480. 21 escrow checks deposited at $15,500. 20 housing tickets that total $8,975. 1 vacant property registration from HERA, that was $7,350. And for our permits and building department, we had a grand total for the month of July of $52,512.63. We had 68 building permits at $38,634.07. 26 contractors licensed at $9,922.56. 12 plumbing permits at $2,756. For a combined total of those departments is $98,018.13. Mayor, if I could, I just want to just share, my name was on that list, and I can say as department heads, and you can celebrate that, because my God shall supply all of my needs according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. And I know that there's a lot of people here that go to church but have not gone to God. Let me admonish you. Let me admonish this board. Okay, these leaders that's in leadership positions but are not true leaders at heart. Okay? And so I admonish you that you're going to be snared by the words of your mouth, because the Bible tells me to touch not my anointed and do his prophets no harm. Well, we'll leave that to God. Leave that to God. And I admonish you, for those who do have a Bible, go ahead and read Esther, the 3rd chapter, and see how they try to set up Mordecai, and Haman had to be held by those same gallows. Okay? And so to our residents, and I can just say to my residents, Mayor, under your leadership, when I actually worked in the water department, previous administrations did not have policies and procedures. They did not have the policies and procedures for each and every department that I worked in, including housing. Now, I just want to make it clear. That while you're making decisions, not one trustee came to my departments, either department, and asked me, what do I need? They never asked me, well, how much do you make? What do you need to make this department run? Do you know that we don't even have enough ink to print out permits? That we have to go to other departments. Please. I think it's important that you hear this. I think it's important. Not one trustee came and said, do you have enough employees? We're running it on a skeleton crew. And I can say to my team, we run that department with customer service. When you come here, our residents that come here for business are satisfied with those services. Okay? So I'm not concerned about money, because when you're a true leader, you're concerned about legacy and destiny. There's more to life than money. It's about impacting and changing people's lives. So under your leadership, we have changed these departments, okay? There were job descriptions written for directors, managers, supervisors, and all of the clerks in both departments. It wasn't here under the previous administration, but under her leadership. Okay? Why? That gives you vision. Just hold on a minute, ma'am. Just hold on a minute, ma'am. I'm talking to the residents, ma'am. I'm talking to the residents, ma'am. Quiet, please. I'm talking to the residents whose lives we are impacting for the positive. See, there's two things a leader is going to do. They're going to either infect someone's life or affect someone's life for something positive. We talked about money that we did not have. Jason House sat here for 8 years. These other trustees sat here for 2 years, sometimes 3. I did not hear one trustee come up with an ordinance or any programs to bring in revenue.
Yep.
Okay, well, we're talking about my department.
Yeah.
Okay, at what point will we, as the people who say we're people of God, will come together and come with vision? We hear a lot of excuses, but no adjustments. Tell the people how many ordinances you've written as a trustee, Jason, since you've been sitting there. I can ask Brittany.
Tell him how many trips he done went on with a credit card.
Okay.
All right, calm down.
Okay.
Calm down.
Okay.
Okay.
If you read your collective bargaining agreement, you know that's in the mayor's collective bargaining agreement. If you read your collective bargaining agreement.
You are a part-time.
Okay.
Let them tell it. You're a part-time.
Trustee, you are out of order. We have the floor. It's his speech.
Well, I gave you an opportunity to say your piece. I think it's fair. And it's unfortunate. A lot of us are old, but we're not mature.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that we have this age, but we don't have maturity.
Quiet.
So I just want to make it clear, absolutely clear.
Ma'am.
If I did not get another dime from this village because I believe in the vision of this leader, I would come here and volunteer.
No.
Yep.
I would come here and volunteer. Because let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Okay. Part-time hecklers, let me tell you why.
Okay, you out of order.
Part-time hecklers, let me tell you why.
Trustee, please stop.
Let me tell you why. Because there are residents that call that phone every single day. Okay, I'm here 7:30 in the morning till whatever time it is it takes to get the job done.
That's right.
That's what a true leader does.
It's true.
That's what a true leader does. So because of the residents that deserve this type of service, I will be here. Because it's more than life than just money. It's more than life than just money. It's changing people's lives. And that's what we're doing. And so I'll say this. The money that you say that we don't have, how is it that you paid a attorney this money that you say we don't have?
Bingo.
Because they vote on it. So where do you get the money from?
Like everybody else, like you waiting on that.
Okay.
Trustee, you so out of order. You do stuff for clickbait. Stop. He has the floor. Be
This don't make no sense that you sit here letting him do that.
Then y'all
You
do
sit here and let him do that.
Let me do it.
You're out of order, trustee. It don't make no sense that you're talking. He has the floor. Y'all had the floor. Y'all said whatever y'all wanted. He has the floor. Go ahead. Will.
Let me finish with this. I forgive you because you know not what you do. But let me tell you, and I admonish you, that God shall not be mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And we'll let it stay with that. So I will be here tomorrow to continue to service these people because there's nobody here that can stop me from doing that service. So thank you. God bless you. Continue. God has placed you there. And if God be for you, he's more than the whole world against us. So thank you. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much, Will. Thank you.
Madam Mayor.
That's good. Thank you,
Madam-
Will. That's good.
Madam Mayor,
Thank you.
I apologize. May I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, I need everybody to calm down first. What I'm about to say is with a heavy heart, okay, one more, you're gonna get escorted out, okay? All right. However, with a heavy heart, I want to announce that one of my commanders lost his wife, Commander Price. So I want you to keep him in your prayers, because regardless as to what this may be going on, everybody still has a life. So when you do what you do for whatever reason you do it, just keep in mind there are people out there that are hurting for real reasons. So if you can keep them in your prayers, I appreciate it. Also for tomorrow, you have the National Night Out. Please come out. Please come out and support the community, because we will be out there.
Okay, you done? Thank you so much. Next on the agenda, we're going straight to Keith Freeman. So, Board of Trustees, what do you want to do?
I have a question because you said he's terminated. So what? Why are we?
Oh, wait, hold on. 'Cause y'all always say, because y'all always say that I don't come to y'all. Hold on. We're gonna play a little silly game right now. So I put it on the agenda because he got terminated already, but everybody inserted themselves in the business of the mayor, right? So everybody inserted themselves. They send letters out. They let him do all this little finicky stuff, send emails out to the staff, all kinds of stuff. He knows this. They all know that because they wrote their names on it. So they kept saying, you got to bring it to the board. You got to put it on the agenda. So what I do, it's on the agenda. So that's why I asked that. So why would you ask that redundant question of talking about why I'm asking y'all? You guys asked me to put it on the agenda. It is on the agenda because we wanted your input, your opinion, right? So it's on the agenda for your input and your opinion, because you kept saying that you guys have to vote on it. Is that not what y'all kept saying? Y'all say y'all got to vote on it. So here we are. So, Board of Trustees, is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman? Dun, dun, dun. There y'all go. What we doing? Is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman? What we doing? Y'all gotta huddle up. Y'all gotta huddle up real quick. We're gonna take a 3 seconds. Okay. What we doing?
You want to discuss?
What y'all want to do? Y'all have to talk about it and get it together yet? Y'all doing signals across the room. What we doing? Y'all motioning it up. What we doing? Y'all quiet. Y'all quiet as a church mouse, as I say. What's going on right now? This the person y'all can't stand. Y'all don't like. This what y'all say. This what y'all say about the person. Y'all say he's never at work. He'll do his job. Is this what y'all say? So what we doing, guys? The motion is on the floor. What y'all gonna do? The motion is seconded. What we doing? What we doing, guys? No? Nothing? Crickets? Crickets. Nobody wants the motion and let go. But y'all, hold on. Look, let me just explain to residents that understand what I be talking about. Listen to this. Prior to a whole, 5-10 minutes ago, they voted to lay off all these individuals, right? They voted on all these individuals. But the person that they all complain about is now up for a motion in a second to terminate. That's the person they claim. And if a person that they're talking about, that they doing all these things, make 100,000, what do you make? 100-something, what do you make? Why y'all didn't start at the top? Why didn't you? You started with people like William Moore, people that make $15,000 a year, people that make $15 an hour. You started with employees like that. You started with the code enforcement department that really brings revenue to our village. So make it make sense, residents. Why is everybody on mute all of a sudden? I don't hear nothing. Board of Trustees. Y'all all got so much to say. What y'all got? Y'all motioning? Y'all motioning secondly? Nobody? Okay. So basically, for those that ain't been watching the mess or I don't want to cuss, the show in Dolton, if y'all ain't been watching it, that show you that y'all must have been working with him the entire time. So all y'all been exposed, huh? So everybody's been exposed. So here it is. Y'all watch the meetings. Y'all see what goes on. I don't see nothing right now. Nobody said nothing. Y'all got nothing to say?
Imagination out this world.
So who been getting played the entire time? Looks like the mayor been getting played the entire time. That's what it looked like to me. Cause I can't believe they this quiet. Y'all always got something to say. Always.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Oh, you adjourn the meeting. So your motion is now recognized, and we right here on this agenda item, and you know you're out of order. So basically,
It's a motion and a second on the floor.
It is not recognized if you understand the rules and how they work. So you want to get out of the jam. You that scared, huh? You that scared to talk about the firing. You guys said you didn't want the individual. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? I already know what I can do. I'm talking about them because they said that I didn't put it on this agenda. And I'm gonna show you emails. I'm gonna show you emails.
Who said it?
Hold on, trustee, because now you got something to say. Hold on, let me finish.
You said they said who said it?
Basically, I'm gonna show you everything that they talked about until we got to this point. Now it's on the agenda. Now they quiet. They got nothing to
Can you say who said put it on the
All I'm
agenda?
saying to you guys is we gotta get some understanding of what's going on. Stop letting people, as y'all say, hoodwink, bamboozle, led astray. Y'all let people do that to y'all, right? Y'all still ain't got nothing to say.
Who said
Y'all
put it
got
on the
something to say?
agenda, Mayor?
Do y'all got something to say? I'm waiting.
Can you ask
Are y'all gonna motion? Are y'all gonna motion? What y'all gonna do?
You said somebody said
Are
put
you
it on
gonna
the agenda. Who asked you to put it on the
I already
agenda?
asked you a question, so you
I asked you a question.
You answer my stuff.
It's a motion and a second on the floor.
What you gonna do? Y'all gonna motion to
It's
release
a motion and a
T3?
second on the floor.
Okay, so let me say this then. Because you guys are mute and they got nothing to say, always, y'all been selling the residents a load of crap. I am using my authority, which I always had, but you guys intervene with it as always. Keith Freeman is fired from the Village of Dolton. He no longer works here at the Village of Dolton. I done said it. I tried to do this before, but they intervened and said, hey, you got to come across the board. Y'all, the trustees. So by
Can you
doing that,
Brittany, did you ask her to put it on the R?
I did.
Did you ask her to put it on there?
Clear. I think
Tell me,
everybody
did you?
got it. I think everybody understands what's going on.
Okay.
And by their silence, it tells you kind of what's going on in our village. So welcome to all the games and all the drama that you see put before this board. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's a new day. There's no Freeman no more. So I appreciate you guys for coming.
Trustee
Here to do what's needed. And clerk, I just said that it was out of order, but that's what y'all do. Y'all just want to
Trustee
run
Tammy
the
Brown.
show. Everybody running. Nobody
Trustee
got nothing
House.
to say about Keith Freeman. Nobody.
Meeting
Nobody.
at 9:52 p.m.
That's a shame. That's a shame. So I'm gonna remember this because at the end of the day, I told you, you guys don't run the day to day. The mayor does. So Keith Freeman, I know you're watching. You no longer works for the Village of Dolton. Please turn in your keys, turn in all your stuff. HR reach out to you tomorrow as relates to your fire.
I'm all around house. I don't know what to do, so I need to talk to you. I asked you for you got it.